You are looking live. Reservation game 2, Don Franklin Bowling. Game number 1. As the Southwestern Warriors.
Where you going? You going home? Where are you going to play? Sammy?
That kettle corn was good. That was not in there. The kettle corn is good.
What time you go farming tomorrow? What time you farming?
Welcome. It is a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you, Josh. I'm glad to be here. Certainly brand new to this, but faithful listeners of Sports Country the last several years, and really enjoy listening to the broadcast, and was excited to join the team.
And look forward to learning as I go and getting to see some exciting Southwestern Warrior football this year.
Absolutely. A new era beginning for Southwestern as the Jason Foley era begins tonight.
That's correct. I think that the community is abuzz about that. And Foley is a name that's well known in this area.
Absolutely.
Having led the Northern Maroon middle school football program to several state championships. So he is well known, well respected, and ready to establish his own legacy over here on the south end in the blue and orange.
Absolutely. Very well said. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West has short wait times for sports physicals, flu shots, or immediate medical care with in-house lab and x-ray. They're open until 7 p.m. on weekdays, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, located behind the hospital that is just off Bogle Street in Med Park West. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic says just walk in when you need them. Big thank you to Don Franklin Somerset family of dealerships for sponsoring tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of summer savings. That's hard to believe. We're talking about the end of summer. At any of their Somerset locations, visit them on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family Dealerships. They treat you like family. Southwestern, we mentioned it with Coach Foley the other day, Michael. Of course, Coach, Taylor County last year.
Yes, sir.
His maiden voyage tonight here at Southwestern. Warriors coming off a 10-3 campaign last year. Best start in school history, 8-0, but went 2-3 in the final 5 games. A lot of that due to injuries. Overall last year, a solid year. And those injuries, hate to say it, they've crept into the picture for game 1 tonight.
They sure have. They sure have, Josh. The Warriors going to start this game tonight thin at quarterback position. I think they're maybe looking at their second string, maybe third string quarterback tonight.
Maybe even fourth.
Maybe even fourth. I hear Streeter's going to take a lot of snaps, and QB is not his natural position, but
True.
But the boy is an athlete.
Absolutely.
And Southwestern is used to having athletes at quarterback, Josh.
Yes, they are. Of course, they're trying to replace one of the best athletes in school history, and Drew Sawyers.
Yes, sir.
You were a spectator last year. You saw what Drewby did. I mean, and Coach Foley was raving about Drewby Tuesday night at the coaches show. I mean, he did everything for the Southwestern program last year.
Yes, S on his chest for sure. The kid could do a lot of things and had a lot of skill, a lot of talent. So big shoes to fill for sure on the offensive side of the football, Josh.
Absolutely. Southwestern, again, started 8-0. They went 2-3 in their final 5 games, replacing 10 seniors. And, of course, one of those, Drew Sawyers, J.P. Vaught, Luke Gregory, Josh Williams, and Christian Bach. And, again, we mentioned Coach Jason Foley, the new head coach of the Southwestern Warriors. It was Taylor County last year, and all Taylor County did last year was region champs.
Not bad. Not bad. And if I'm not mistaken, Josh, Southwestern has one regional title to their
that is correct.
To their record in 2011.
That is correct.
So it's been just a little bit, and I know that Jason Foley has his eyes on the prize, but we don't want to look too far ahead because they've got a quite substantial opponent tonight in the Belfry team.
Absolutely. And, of course, you mentioned that Foley name, a common name around here. And, Jason, a Pulaski County on the Russell County line, just outside of Nancy, went to Russell County High School, spent a little time over at Northern Middle School. Everybody, if you follow high school football or have followed it for a while, you know what Coach Foley did at Northern Middle. Very successful.
Yes, sir. And there's been some strong quarterbacks that have went through Pulaski County High School. And so we know what kind of offense that I think typically Jason Foley teams run. Quick strike, high-scoring offenses. I'm not sure that the horses in the stable are going to allow him to have the same kind of offense here at Southwestern this year.
Yeah, it might take a little bit. But, again, it's a building process. Southwestern offensively really rebuilding. Defensively, they got a lot of key cogs back Again, Coach Jason Foley, fourth head coach in Southwestern Warrior program history. Dale Anderson, Andy Stevens, Larry French, who departed after last season, and now Coach Jason Foley, Southwestern. Their season opener here tonight versus the Belfry Pirates in the nightcap of the Don Franklin Bowl. And when you talk about Belfry, you talk about one Coach Philip Haywood.
Yes, a legendary coach for sure. Likes to run the football.
Yes, he does. Ground and pound. Pond Creek Nation well represented here tonight. It's not a short jaunt.
No, sir.
From Belfry to Southwestern.
No, sir. And you mentioned that Southwestern has, I think their strength this year is certainly going to be on the defensive side of the football. And Belfry is going to test them early. And we're going to know what we've got really quickly tonight to see if these linebackers and defensive line in Southwestern can slow down this Belfry ground attack.
Absolutely. Belfry 10-3 overall last year. 10-3. A solid season, a great season for anyone, any year. But for Belfry, not so much. They lost in the region championship game last year. Belfry used to playing for state championships and winning state championships.
Which is exactly where Southwestern would like to be.
Absolutely. Very well said. Very well said.
In the first game, listeners, we had Pulaski County and Lexington Catholic that squared off, and it was a tale of two halves. Pulaski County took an early lead and led at half, and Lexington Catholic stole that game away late. We'd like to recognize the players of the game in that first game. Players of the game for PC was Jake Sloan. Is that correct, Josh?
Had a really good game.
And for Lex Cath was Bo Allen, UK signee at quarterback, ran the ball, threw the ball, really hard to counter, and Lexington Catholic came out on top in the opener. I do want to plug and say that I know Pulaski County has historically got strong quarterback play. Drew Polson was under center tonight for his first game as varsity QB1, and he looked good, Josh. He looked good.
I would have never have guessed that if I didn't know that it was his first varsity start.
Did not look like
cool,
a rookie.
Yeah.
Quick on the feet. The guy's got some wheels.
Absolutely
he
does.
Can throw the ball. So I look for a strong season out of the Pulaski County Maroons. And I'm going to be quite honest, two wideouts, Jake Sloan and Grant Oaks. Does a high school team in the state of Kentucky have two better receivers?
You'd be hard-pressed to find one.
Yes, sir.
You really would.
Yes, sir.
You're watching the Buffalo Wings and Rings video game of the week on Lake Cumberland Sports. Buffalo Wings and Rings. Wings created your way and always fresh. Never frozen burgers. Buffalo Wings and Rings. Southwestern versus Belfry in the nightcap of the Don Franklin Bowl. And a little bit earlier this week, my comrade Michael Gregg caught up with Southwestern Warriors head coach Jason Foley. Coach, little nervous going into this one here tonight, as I was talking to Principal Danita Ellis and other folks from the Southwestern administration, and they were saying, Coach, kind of nervous coming out of the chute, and it's a tough one out of the chute for Coach Foley and the Warriors, as Belfry on hand tonight in the nightcap of the Don Franklin Bowl. Here's Coach Jason Foley's show.
Hello, listeners. This is our weekly coaches interview. This is Michael Gregg. I'm working with LakeCumberlandSports.com, brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings. And I've got our weekly coaches show and I'm sitting here with Jason Foley, head ball coach at Southwestern. New team, new dream, new era. And Coach Foley inherits a team in Southwestern who's coming off their best start in school history. Last year started off 8-0 until they were tripped up in the postseason when injuries and a familiar foe in the Pulaski County Maroons ended that terrific season. So welcome, Coach Foley. How you doing, Coach?
Thank you, Michael. I'm doing really well and happy to be here and happy to be at Southwestern and get this season rolling.
Okay, Coach, how have off-season workouts been for you?
Well, the off-season, got here in February, and we've really been working hard the last few months, and I've tried to implement a good strength and conditioning program. I'm a big believer in the off-season and the strength and conditioning that you do as an athlete. Our kids are buying in. We're working. We worked some of the kinks out early and got things the way we want it. And so I'm pleased with it. We're definitely not where we want to be, but we've made big strides so far.
Great. During the coach's preview show at Buffalo Wings and Rings, you mentioned you had 30 freshmen suited up this year for the Warriors, and you also mentioned that Coach Dwight Engel is on your staff. With Coach Engel being a mainstay at Southern Middle School, how will that help build your continuity between the high school program and the middle school program?
Well, as I said before, I understand the importance of the feeder programs, from the youth league to the middle school. And I think with Coach Engel there at the middle school, it's definitely going to be a huge asset to us. He'll be able to build relationships with those kids down there and help that transition as they go from middle to high school. And he's been there. He's been at both levels, at the middle school and high school. And so he knows how to connect with those kids. And I'm just very happy to have that. And we're just going to keep trying to build that continuity between our feeder programs and here at the high school.
Sure. And with Coach Engel being a body at Southern Middle School, having a successful 5A program means recruiting some of those kids in the hallway that have the body for the football, but maybe haven't came out for that team. And I think having Coach Engel there will help get those kids suited up.
Yes, absolutely. That's something that I've always, tried to do a good job of, is getting numbers, up. And I've had a lot of success doing that. And I just try to be honest and upfront, but also try to, get in those hallways and make sure we don't miss out on any kids that need to be playing. And that's something that we've really been working on. I think our numbers, we're close to 80 right now on the varsity roster. I think we're right at 77, 78 right now. And I mentioned earlier we have 30 freshmen. So we're very excited about, where our numbers are and what the future holds.
Awesome. So, Coach, you played Danville last week in a scrimmage. How'd you feel about your team last week in that matchup?
Well, we were trying a lot of things in the scrimmage. That's what scrimmages are for. You're trying to see, what a lot of different kids can do in different situations. We obviously was keeping our offense pretty vanilla, and defensively, just keeping things base, just to try to get our stuff down. There was some positives and negatives from the film. I think the positives being that, our defense looked strong throughout the scrimmage. We showed the potential to have really good special team play with our kicking game. Offensively, when we weren't making mistakes, we were able to move the football pretty well, but we did hurt ourselves with some mistakes, too many turnovers, too many penalties. We had some quarterback center exchange problems, and we've been working hard this week to try to correct those things.
Okay, so this week, week 1, Belfry. Great program offensively and defensively. Tell us about Belfry, Coach.
Well, Belfry's a juggernaut in high school football, and they have been for several years. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for Coach Haywood and the Belfry football program. And we understand that it's a huge challenge. I think they're the favorite in 3A and many polls, and deservingly so. I've watched them on film, and they have some great players. Great running backs, with the Dixon and Bentley kid, and linebacker and Grayson Cook is a phenomenal football player, and they got some good guys in the trenches as well. So they're a solid program. They're very well established. Coach Haywood's been there for years, and they're a pretty well-oiled machine, very fundamental.
So how does Southwestern counter Belfry this week, offensively, defensively?
Well, it's going to be a big challenge for us on the defensive end, because they run the football, as good as anyone in the state on a consistent basis. And like I said, I already mentioned the two backs, so we know those two can go the distance at any point. But I think for us on the defensive side, we just have to be very disciplined with our assignments, and we've got to fly to the football. We got to get 11 hats to the ball and try to swarm it. And it goes back, they run the belly option. And that's just things that our defensive guys are going to have to be very disciplined with their assignments, or they'll pop one and they'll go for 60 or 70. With that being said, they will throw it and pass it just enough to catch you off guard. So, we've got to be ready when they do throw the football to cover it. And so that's always a challenge as well. On our offensive side for us, they play a lot of they're a 3-4 look, a lot of cover 2. And they're very fundamental in what they do. Their linebacker play is very good. Secondary, they're very, very physical in the secondary. They'll hit you. And there's just not a lot of holes. I've been watching a lot of film, and it's hard to find many weaknesses that they have. So it's going to be a big challenge for us on the offensive side, but we've got to try to put together some things to be able to put some points on the board.
Coach, any injuries bothering Southwestern going into week 1?
We've had a few injuries, unfortunately, early. Nothing, too severe. One of our young freshmen is Christian Kelly. has a torn meniscus, so he'll be out for a few weeks. We're hoping for a good return for him. Some of our older kids, Chandler Crabtree, who has been getting a lot of our starting reps at quarterback, it appears he's going to be out this game due to a UC strain in his arm. So, that's an unfortunate event, but we've been working a couple other kids and trying to get them ready. Xavier Streeter is coming off of concussion a couple weeks ago. He's a little questionable right now. We're hoping he's going to be able to go. He's been improving. We're going to monitor him and see where he's at. And then Ethan McGuire, starting defensive end for us, he's got an LCA sprain in his knee. So, he's probably doubtful for this game as well. So hopefully we can get those guys back soon. They're not season ending, but it could be out this game.
Keys to victory this week, Coach?
Well, I think, for both teams, you want to limit mistakes. You want to limit turnovers. And, I think if one team can establish a good run game throughout the game, I think that'll be a big positive. But anytime you play early in the season like this, I just think it comes down to mistakes and turnovers. That'll be a huge part of the game, and we just need to be very efficient in what we're doing and making sure we're eliminating too many penalties and things like that. And I'm big on special teams. I'm hoping that we have a good showing on our special teams this week. We want to try to win that part of the game, and hopefully that could put us over the edge if we could win that part of the game.
And, Coach, you mentioned you've got a lot of freshmen on the roster, a lot of new faces. Are there any Southwestern kids that the viewers and listeners don't know that after week one they're going to make a name for themselves and we're going to know these young men?
Yeah, we've been able to get a few kids out that maybe used to play football in middle school or maybe 2 or 3 years ago that we're very excited that's out right now. Starting off, Dylan Asher on the defensive line, he's been phenomenal early in both scrimmages, really causing the offense a lot of problems, the opponent's offense a lot of problems. So we're very excited about him. Cameron Pierce plays defensive end and some tight end. He's another kid that you'll see that'll have an immediate impact in the game. And so those two, right off the bat. We got a few other new faces that's come out with Riley McBride and Micah Mullins that they're still learning. And once they get up to speed, I think they'll have an impact on us as well. And then several young kids, freshmen and sophomores, that's not got varsity time, that may not be varsity ready yet, but in the future, we've got several of those kids that's out. So we're excited about those kids and what they can bring to us as the year progresses.
Well, Coach, I know that the community is abuzz and excited about the Jason Foley era unfolding. And I know myself, I'll just speak for myself. I've been around the South End schools for 15 years working in the school system, and I've watched a lot of your young men that are on your team grow up, and I'm excited to see them develop this year. And I am, fan number one for our Southwestern Warrior program. I wish you the best of luck and a successful season. Go get them, Coach.
Well, thank you, Michael, and I want to thank Lake Cumberland Sports for all you do. It's going to be a process, We're looking at, we want to be very, very successful this year, but we're looking long-term as well. And I'm just happy to be here at Southwestern, and I want to build this program the right way and hopefully take it to a level that's never been down the line. But thank you very much, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. This is Michael Gregg with LakeCumberlandSports.com signing off, and we'd like to thank Buffalo Wings and Rings as our title sponsor this year. Thank you, listeners.
Thank you, Michael. Exceptional job. The Coach Jason Foley Show on LakeCumberlandSports.com and Lake Cumberland Sports on Facebook. The Coach Jason Foley era set to begin here this evening. Southwestern in their 27th season of Warrior football. The program 169 and 131 overall. This is the 11th annual Don Franklin Bowl. And, Michael, it is not the first meeting between Southwestern and Belfry, believe it or not.
Tell me about that, Josh.
I'm going to go back to when I was a senior in high school.
Okay.
1997 was the last time and the only time that these two programs met. 1997. I was a senior in high school.
Really? I could have swore Belfry traveled to the reservation in the last 5 years and played a match, but apparently I'm mistaken.
They did not.
Okay. Wow.
1997. It was a round one of the playoffs, and Belfry won that one 34-16. This is the second meeting between Southwestern and Belfry, the first time that the Pond Creek Nation has made the trip to the reservation. And we were talking in the booth how pleasant it is tonight for the first time I've been at this plus 15 years now. They all run together anymore. I do not remember an opening game for the high school football season being this comfortable. As boss man Kevin said a little bit earlier, this is kind of October weather now.
It is beautiful out. Driving over here tonight, Josh, it was pouring the rain, and I was thinking, we're in for a long, sloppy event. The rain stopped right about time for kickoff for game 1, and here we are, game 2 of the Don Franklin matchup bowl, and we got perfect weather. So if you've not made it out and you still have time, come on out for an exciting matchup.
Absolutely. Now let's get ready for the Buffalo Wings and Rings video game of the week.
You are watching the care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need for the results you want. That's Henderson Chiropractic.
Pitching this the 11th annual Don Franklin Bowl. Blue and Orange 8-2 in Don Franklin Bowls. They beat Jeffersonville 50-7 last year at PC, and the Warriors are on a 5-game winning streak in the Don Franklin Bowl. That's going back to 2014. Their last loss came in 2013 to Southwestern, or to Somerset here at Southwestern.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Degree of difficulty has ramped up from last year.
yeah. Exponentially, sir. Exponentially.
So, and as we enter the Jason Foley era, he's up for the challenge.
Absolutely.
He is up for the challenge.
You know, I didn't get the opportunity to have a whole lot of interaction with Coach Foley when he was at Northern Middle. Different side of town. No, I was still over here at Southwestern. I heard great things, and getting to meet Coach when he was introduced at his press conference in February, I was very impressed. And seeing the diligence and all the details for Coach Foley, it's amazing how detail-oriented he is.
And he's full of energy, Josh.
Absolutely.
My wife worked with Coach Foley when he was at Northern Middle. She was the guidance counselor over there for several years, loved it there. And the one thing that she shared with me was Coach Foley was very successful in recruiting kids to play football. And that's why I mentioned that to him during the interview this week. They're in a 5A program in a district this size. There are a lot of young men that played football in our youth programs that kind of lose interest, but they grow into their bodies and they've got the frames for football. And Coach Foley is all about getting those kids on the field, suiting them up, and having them perform for the Blue and Orange.
Absolutely. Tonight's Fashion Report brought to you by Trader Jack's since 1920. That's a wrong live read for that one. Trader Jack's, the Fashion Report.
Here you go. I got it, Josh. Get game day ready at Trader Jack's in Grand Central Place. Open 7 days a week and locally owned and operated means you will get personal and friendly service so you can put together that perfect outfit or accessorize to make you look fabulous. Check out the new fall fashions that are arriving daily at Trader Jack's.
Coin toss has taken place as well. Southwestern in the dark home unis, if you will. It will be a smoky gray uniform.
The hard-to-read darks.
It's a dark uniform on dark numerals outline and a trace of orange, as you might have seen. Belfry, as they take the field far sideline, visitor sideline here at the reservation, donning those all-white unis, trimmed in red, and the very classic white and red helmet with the skull and crossbones for the Belfry Pirates. Classic
look. Almost looks like a traditional Nebraska Cornhuskers
it really does.
uniform.
It really does. And of course, when you talk about Belfry, you've got to talk about Philip Haywood. And Michael, you had hit it right on the head. You could say so many things about Coach Philip Haywood, and they have been said time and time again. To me, it comes down to one word and what I put behind his name and underlined: legend. He's a legend of high school football. I mean,
one cannot argue that.
I mean,
absolutely.
He's been there, done that. First go around for Belfry in the Don Franklin Bowl. They will battle PC next year over at County High.
And whoever scheduled the visitors for this doubleheader today did an awesome job. They brought in some juggernauts from across the state of Kentucky to play.
And there are a ton of folks on hand here at the reservation tonight. A great crowd, talking to Principal Danita Ellis and administration. They are very happy with the turnout as the Warriors hit the field in those smoky gray uniforms trimmed in orange and blue. Southwestern versus Belfry in the nightcap of the Don Franklin Bowl. It is going to be a late one tonight, my friends.
That's right. I'm going to be up past my bedtime tonight. Thank one of our sponsors, Shelter Insurance Agent Rick Girdler, has been proudly serving Somerset, Kentucky and surrounding areas for many years. In doing so, Rick has helped generations of families get the right coverage at the right price. For auto, home, renters, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Rick Girdler on Ogden Street in Somerset, or visit him on the web at shelterinsurance.com/Rick Girdler.
Michael, the Century 21 Advantage Realty Key Associates keys to the game for Southwestern for me. Get the butterflies in check. Don't get down early.
That's correct. And if they can avoid turnovers and win the turnover battle, I think that's going to go a long way in determining who wins this football game.
And we didn't mention Belfry a little banged up as well. Their starting quarterback, Coleman, not slated to go tonight. So quarterback issues for Belfry as well. The Southwestern will boot it away. Southwestern and the Belfry Pirates in the nightcap of the 11th annual Don Franklin Bowl, alongside Michael Gregg, Josh McKinney. Cast of many fine folks here tonight at LakeCumberlandSports.com. Thanks for settling in with us. Max Brainer has it teed up, and he will send it away. Game time, Tim. 68 degrees, cloudy skies, and Brainer lays the leg to it. It'll hop. He fielded at 10, straight up to get 15. To the 20. On the 27-yard line.
Dixon on the return.
Thank you, sir. Isaac Dixon, 5'10", 176 junior for the Belfry Pirates. And Pirates open up left to right in those all-white uniforms. As heads up under center for the Belfry Pirates will be Israel Canterbury. Single back set. The backs either side as they look to the far sideline. Four hands will be in the dirt for Southwestern. Warriors opening up on defense. Stand up comes Dixon near sideline looking for the corner. Stutter step, cuts it back inside as he'll get across the 30 to around the 31-32 yard line. Austin Barnes will make the stop.
A host of Warriors swarming the football there on that carry with Dixon.
2nd and 6. Defensively, you see a lot of returning starters for Southwestern. Canterbury hands it off and whistles. We'll stop it before it got going.
Little extracurricular activity there between Belfry ball carrier and Southwestern linebacker.
An exchange of unpleasantries, if you will. Illegal procedure penalty on Belfry, and that'll back them up 5. So it'll be 2nd and about 11. Belfry working the near home sideline for Southwestern. Canterbury hands up under center. Pitch far sideline goes to
Bentley.
Bentley's trying to sweep left side. He'll get a couple before he's cut down by a Southwestern linebacker. As rolling to the football for Southwestern. I'm going to pick up a number. My goodness. It is hard to see.
It is hard to see, Josh.
That was Parsons to the football. I wish it was a Pittington, one or the other.
I think it was Pennington.
So 3rd down here for the Pirates as they are slow and methodical offensively. 3rd and 9. The motion comes near sideline. The handoff goes to the setback as he'll rumble for the first down to around the 45-yard line of Belfry. Give that tote. That one will go to
Hensley.
Peyton Hensley. First and 10. Belfry. A pleasant fall-like evening. Rain throughout the day.
It was a big play by Belfry on 3rd and long.
Yes, it was. Southwestern defense looking to stop it. Couldn't on that one. Handoff Hensley. Inside handoff. Tough sledding. He'll get a couple. Up to around the 48-yard line, working the far hash. And those Century 21 Advantage Realty Key Associates keys to the game for Southwestern. Again, for me, not getting down early. Keys to the game.
Yes, sir.
Brought to you by Century 21 Advantage Realty Key Associates. Realtor Holly Sears Weddle. You're in the market to buy or sell a home, be sure to call Holly at 606-305-3747. And Belfry slow and methodical offensively. As Hensley again, inside handoff. He'll get to the Southwestern 49-yard line. Another big 3rd down. Coming up for Belfry. 9 minutes to go opening quarter.
Give a Turner Realty Group 3rd down.
Belfry. Patient with the football.
Not in a hurry.
No, they are not. Complete opposite of kind of what you saw the first game between PC and Lexington Catholic.
Absolutely.
Handoff. Coming to the near side. Dixon cuts it back inside. Tough yardage as he'll get the first down across the 45 to around the 43-yard line. As Heath coming out with the stop, and Mason a little banged up. He's looking to somebody to come in and get him as he's grabbing that left shoulder.
Southwestern defender hit him hard in the backfield, didn't wrap him up, and the ball carrier moved forward and picked up the first down.
1st and 10, Belfry. On the Southwestern 43. Canterbury walks up under center and then looks to the sideline. Handoff. Hensley inside right tackle. Rumbling across the 35 to around the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 is going to set up a second and about 1 as he got 9 on that carry. 8:15 to go opening quarter. First drive of the night. Western kicking to Belfry, and Pirates are marching across the reservation.
Being methodical.
Absolutely. Wingbacks either side. Handoff goes to Bentley off left tackle. Upended, spun around. Guy comes flying in late. And I saw some laundry come out. Far sideline, not sure if it did. That'll be a first down toad anyway. Nope, no flag. Would have swore I saw one far sideline, but no. Another Belfry first down as they continue to move the chains.
For the first quarter here, 7:43 left in the first, 0-0. Belfry ball.
Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Canterbury hands up under center. Handoff Hensley. Inside handoff across the 25. Close to the 20-yard line. He'll be close to yet another Belfry first down. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic High School Football presented by the Don Franklin Family Dealerships. LakeCumberlandSports.com. Lake Cumberland Sports on Facebook. Thanks for joining us wherever you may be tonight. Lid lifter on the season. The Don Franklin Bowl. 68 degrees the game time temperature.
Perfect.
Not 168.
No, sir.
68. Handoff goes to Dixon. Spin move inside right tackle. Turn into the 15. Still on his feet to around the 12. He'll have plenty for the first down. Belfry continues to march. And just so you are aware, Mr. Craig, you get the seal of approval from one Jared Sumner.
Well, thank you. Thank you. If Jared approves, then I'm off to a good start. I appreciate that. Southwestern defenders are swarming the ball, hitting the ball carrier, just not wrapping up, Josh. And offense just keeps moving the ball.
Well, you look at Belfry, and they've got a triple-headed running attack in the backfield. Canterbury sets them in motion. As sweeping far sideline. Nice play strung out far sideline. Barnes comes up and lays the lumber on Ben Bentley. No gain. 2nd and 10. Nice pursuit to the football for Austin Barnes. They'll go around for 4-5. Talking to Coach Foley the other night, if he had about 6-7 more of Barnes, my goodness.
Barnes a ball player.
Yes, he is. He is a baller.
The game against Danville, he ran the ball rather well, ran with a purpose.
He plays both sides very, very well. Canterbury, again, hands up under center. Hands it off, Hensley inside, handoff, straight up the gut. A little power football. Positive yardage for Belfry as they continue to inch closer to the end zone.
You talked about the full house set that Belfry runs. Their line, they're a full house. Their line are grown men.
Those are boys, big boys, Bobs, as they go 201, 226, 267, 295, 253. Junior, sophomore, senior, junior, senior. 3rd and long. Trying to get to the corner is Dixon. He will not get there. Wrapped up by the legs by Southwestern Warriors. That was Rowan Pennington. Rowe. Big stop, 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit for Belfry. 4:50 to go here. Opening frame. Warrior defense bends, does not break.
That was a big 3rd down stop by Southwestern.
That was nice pursuit to the football. Good leg tackle by Rowe Pennington. As Cook on with a field goal attempt. Hold from the near home hash. The 19, and it'll be a 29-yard field goal attempt. As Birchfield will hold. It is on the way. Plenty of leg, and it is good. 4:15 to go here in the opening quarter as Belfry gets on the Randall D. Turpin CPA School Board first. 3-0. 29-yard field goal by Grayson Cook.
Skip Cottrell Tire Pros. A flat tire would really make this road trip better, said no one ever. Why? Which is why Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros makes taking care of your tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties and a hassle-free experience. So you can get back to when being on the move was carefree. Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros. Hassle-free. Guaranteed. Find out more online at skipstirepros.com.
3-0. Southwestern trailing Belfry. 4:15 to go opening quarter. Southwestern will get the football for the first time this evening as they send it away to Belfry. And Michael, a good drive by Belfry, but nicely done by Southwestern's defense, bending but not breaking, only allowing the field goal. That's big.
Absolutely. I think Coach Foley would take it. First game out against a juggernaut like Belfry, hold them to a field goal, I think is a huge victory for this blue and orange team tonight to start the game.
The Southwestern defense has got an exclamation point behind it. Defense. The Southwestern offense is the question mark of this year's campaign. We're about to see them momentarily. As Cook has it teed up, he will send it away left to right.
And with 4:15 to go in the first quarter, the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard, Belfry 3, Southwestern 0.
Quick Care Walk-In Clinic High School football presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships. Of course, game 1 here tonight. Pulaski County just let one get away as Lexington Catholic would not go away, and the Knights beat the Maroons 21-14. A tough one for PC to start the season, but PC, good-looking football team.
Yes, they were.
Cook sends it away as Streeter will get that one off his hands into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. 1st and 10, Southwestern, right to left for the blue and orange.
Whitus Cabinet Design Center. At Whitus Cabinets, they provide their customers with friendly service. They value your business, and it is their mission to provide reliable products and services. The courteous and professional team at Whitus Cabinet Design Center can turn your vision into reality. Visit the Widest Cabinet Design Center on the corner of South 27 and Slate Branch Road to learn more about what they can do for you.
Question mark for Southwestern is who is going to play quarterback, as they have a couple banged up. Streeter is going tonight, and that question has now been answered. That's one Blake Burton.
I had my suspicions that's the young man that was going to start the game, Josh.
Kind of thought that as well, but you never know, as Burton will open up in a shotgun set. Or excuse me, pistol set with the back behind him. He will hand it off to Doan straight up the gut, and nothing there. That Belfry front, too big, great penetration. And Doan lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Under 4 minutes to go here, opening quarter, 3-0 Belfry. Southwestern's first opportunity of the evening. Burton coming to the near sideline. He'll set up in the shotgun formation this time. 3 hands in the dirt for Belfry. And whistles. And Southwestern will take a Toyota of Somerset timeout here with 3:38 to go, opening quarter.
Intrust Counseling Services. Intrust Counseling is proud to offer psychiatry, counseling, case management, medication assistance, and family practice services all under one umbrella. Please call them at 676-0638 or check out their new website at intrust-healthcare.com to get services started today. You can also find them on Facebook. That's Henderson Chiropractic. Henderson Chiropractic, committed to relieving your pain using the true principles of chiropractic care. Their caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need for the results you want. That's Henderson Chiropractic.
He's Michael Gregg. I'm Josh McKinney. Huge thank you to everybody at LakeCumberlandSports.com. Pat Harris, Boss Man Kevin Lloyd, Madeline Dudley. Open the camera here for game 2. Appreciate you all very much. 2nd and 10 for Southwestern. Burton out of the gun and in motion. Right to left, and Burton bobbled the snap. It is on the deck. Live football, and Belfry's there. Belfry says they have it. Scrum ensues.
No sign from the officials.
Yeah, still waiting for them to umpire. And Belfry will come out with it. Coming out with the football. The missed exchange from center to quarterback on the shotgun snap. Jonathan Stepp.
And Coach Foley mentioned that was a problem in the
He
scrimmage
did.
against Danville last week, and continues to be a boo bug here tonight. Early.
Reared its ugly head, and Southwestern deep in their own territory. And a flag will fly. Didn't see that one. As that will be on Belfry. And that'll back the Pirates up. Still, though, Belfry sitting in Fat City with 3:33 to go, opening quarter, lead 3-0, threatening to put more on that Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. And the snap hit Burton right in the paws.
Yes, sir.
Might have been a touch low, but still. That's a tough one for Southwestern. Holding Belfry to a field goal first series, and now Belfry has it deep on Southwestern's side of the field. Canterbury hands up under center. He will hand it off to Bentley. Trying to sweep it outside, cut it back inside. We should have went on out that way as he cut it back into traffic. Streeter and Associates coming up and making the stop. Ben Bentley, a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Pirates from the Southwestern 33-yard line.
And early on, I like how Southwestern's defense looks.
Absolutely. Again, that defense has got an exclamation point behind it. The offense is the question mark, as we just saw. The handoff goes to Dixon. Up, bended, feet in the air as he'll go end over end and pick up the first down as he got waylaid by Kenny Robinson. So his cleats flying through the air, somersault time action. It'll be 1st and 10. Dixon is legit. Young man can tote the football. Last year, 13 games, 1,393 yards, 16 touchdowns, average 107 yards a game.
Not bad.
That's balling.
That's right.
Handoff, Hensley, inside right tackle. For a couple. Second down, clockwise, under 2:30 to go, 3-0 Belfry. As Pennington will come up, make the stop. Rowe is a gamer.
He is indeed.
Barnes,
Road dog.
Streeter, Road Dog.
That's what they called him in elementary school.
Do they really?
That's it, yes,
See,
sir.
I love that aspect that you bring to our broadcast. Road Dog. You were talking about Cameron Pierce.
Tough as nails.
We were talking about Cameron Pierce at the coaches show the other night, and he introduced himself to you back in elementary school a certain way.
Tackling machine.
So handoff goes to Bentley. Off left tackle for a yard. Third down. 3rd and 8. Great to see Cameron Pierce back out for football.
Yes, coach is excited about him being on the field. Said we got a lot of raw talent.
Absolutely. 90 seconds to go here, opening quarter. Second series of the night for Belfry. And possessions will be at a premium because Belfry gets in no hurry to do their thing, and their thing, they do it very well. Handoff Dixon. Trying to go off right tackle. He stood up and dropped hats to the football, as that'll be Pennington. Also the aforementioned Cameron Pierce. A couple more Warriors in on it as well. Dylan Asher. 4th down. And
About 8.
Belfry. It's going to be a long field goal if they think about it.
Wow.
And they're going to go for it. Little thought there. As Grayson Cook's got plenty of leg. He'll drop the tee down at the 28. Make it a 38-yard try from the near home hash. Low snap on the ground. Kick is on the way, and it is no good. Missed it to the right. Belfry with a chance to put 3 more on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Low snap kind of rolled back to the holder, that being Birchfield. Cook got the leg to it, though. Missed it to the right. It remains 3-0, 28.5 seconds to go opening quarter.
Turner Realty Group in real estate, working with the right people matters. Barry Turner, broker and co-owner at Turner Realty Groups, knows the ropes. Over the years, Turner Realty Group has developed excellent relationships with their clients. See for yourself on their Zillow profile with more reviews than anyone else in the Lake Cumberland region. Turner Realty Group is just off Highway 27 between lots 21 and 22. Call 679-SOLD or go online at shopsomersethomes.com.
Wishbone set behind Burton. Hands up under center for the first time tonight. Strong side of the line to the right. Handoff goes to the fullback as he will be driven backwards as he got to the line of scrimmage. Let's see who was.
Gideon Brainerd.
Thank you, sir. Yep, you're talking about Brainerd changing numbers.
I think he's still wearing double nickel, 55, it looked like to me, unless I'm looking wrong. Those jerseys are hard to see.
That they are indeed. Who's 34? Is Brainerd 34? Because I don't have a 34 on my roster. Coach Black.
Coach Foley said he thought he would be wearing 34, so you may be right.
So that would be Brainerd. We
Okay.
can put
Yes, sir.
We can put 1 and 1 together, which makes 2 most times. And that would be Brainerd on that carry. For a whole lot of nothing. At the end of 1, 3-0 Belfry, leading here in the nightcap of the Don Franklin Bowl.
On the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard. Citizens National Bank since 1920. Citizens National Bank has been located on the Fountain Square in downtown Somerset, and this has been their home for nearly 100 years. Lots of their customers live and work here. Over half of the bank's team, 72 employees to be exact, work downtown. And now, more than ever, Citizens National Bank is excited to be a part of the downtown community. They love downtown Somerset and are here to stay. Citizens National Bank, moving forward together, member FDIC.
3-0. It'll be Southwestern football as we swap ends of the field here in the second. Again, an incredibly comfortable 9 for the first time in my broadcast career, which goes over 15 years. Again, they all kind of blur together now. I've had times where I've kind of lost my mind and didn't know where I was from heat partner has done that from time to time. You're breaking out with 68-degree weather here this evening.
I'm going to get spoiled.
This is incredible.
But it is past my bedtime. That's not going to change. Please be sure to stay tuned at the conclusion of tonight's game for the Ford Brothers Auctioneers post-game show. Ford Brothers Auctioneers, a proud sponsor of local high school sports. Whether you are selling a family estate, private or commercial real estate, equipment, or personal property, they've got you covered. Ford Brothers Auctioneers is recognized statewide and nationally as one of the leaders in the auction industry. Whether it's live on site, online, or a combination of both, you can count on Ford Brothers Auctioneers to deliver top-quality organization advice and results for you. Visit them online at FordBrothersInc.com. Ford Brothers Auctioneers, selling the country since 1965.
Free hands in the dirt for Belfry. Burton out of the gun by his lonesome, looking to throw near sideline. That will be a short hop as he tried to sling it out to his would-be intended target, Connor Crisp. Third down for Southwestern.
Burton's looking a little rusty, and maybe a little nervous, but I think he's going to settle in.
Yeah, I mean, everybody can't come out like Drew Polston did in the opening game for BC. You can't. I mean,
sir.
If you haven't taken all of those reps, and again, you know, for Burton, he's third, fourth string. I mean, Streeter could have started, but Coach Foley elected to go with Burton. He'll roll to his left, a big third down. He fires, nice BB to the far sideline, and that will be caught by one Xavier Streeter. And that is why you don't put Xavier Streeter at quarterback.
And that's why you do put Blake Burton at quarterback. He heard me talking about him being rusty and proved me wrong.
Oh,
he's a gamer.
That was beautiful. I mean, he rolled to his left, cool, calm, and collected, and fired a rope down to Streeter, who got those feet in bounds.
Yes, sir.
First down, the first one of the night for Southwestern and L&N Federal Credit Union. First down. That was pretty, and that will help those Butterflies. First and 10 for the Warriors. Working left to right, 11:49 to go. Here opening half as Doan coming to the near sideline, looking for the corner, lowers his head, upended as he will get sent for a loop. Doan a little slow to get up as he took a big-time shot coming up, making that tackle. Isaiah Birchfield. Gain of about 3, second and 7. Actually, call it 2, second and 8. Warriors working the near home hash. Looking to the sideline for the play call. Burton operates out of the gun. Doan to his left. Single receivers either side. Burton takes the snap. Quick hitter. Fires up to the 41, and that will be complete. Again, Birchfield coming up and laying the lumber. This time, Connor Crisp gets drilled. Crisp holding on to the football. That'll be third down here for Southwestern. Third and about 5.
It was a great job holding on to the football. He took quite a hit as soon as he caught the ball.
Birchfield brings the thunder. Be one-on-one near sideline with Crisp again. 3rd and 8, Warriors need a first down here with 10:39 to go opening half. Burton, long snap count, now looks to the sideline. Doan in the backfield with him. Fakes, Burton does, under pressure, and he will be sacked. Back inside the 35-yard line. Great penetration from Belfry. So they get 4 or 5 guys to the football. And that'll be a 4th down, and the Warriors will boot it away. Low-scoring affair in this one. Randall D. Turpin CPA School Board, 3-0 Belfry. Second series of the night for the Warriors. First one a turnover. This one, a 4 down. Couple guys setting up to turn. 35 for Belfry. It will be Bentley and Dixon. Chris stands at his own 22, and he lays it to it. Beautiful punt by Chris. Taking that to 35, back to the 40 near sideline. Look out midfield, stutter step, spin move, 45, still rolling down near sideline. He's going to break through some tacklers and go to the house. Touchdown, Belfry. Isaac Dixon for 6.
And Josh, you said it, beautiful punt, possibly outkicked the coverage, and Dixon just kept those knees churning and made it all the way back to the end zone. tough break for Southwestern.
Punt return for 6 for Dixon. That makes it 9-0. And, yeah, I think you're right, Michael. Chris got a lot of it, maybe too much of it. But, hey, you know, sometimes that's tough. Sometimes you get it too good. That makes it 9-0. As Cook on for the PAT. Good snap this time. It is on the way. It is up, and it is pure 10-0. The Randall D. Turpin CPA School Board, 9:31 to go, opening half.
Modern Systems is proud to sponsor the Defender of the Game. Modern Systems has been defending homes and businesses since 1979. With thousands of satisfied customers across the Commonwealth and an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau, you can count on Modern System to deliver a superior defense for your home or business. Call them at 679-4556 or visit our website at modernsystemsinc.com.
9:31 to go. Second quarter, Southwestern now trailing Belfry 10-0. A 65-yard punt return touchdown by one Mr. Isaac Dixon to the house for 6. Cook's extra point good, 10-0.
The University Center of Southern Kentucky is a multiversity of 4 public universities, including EKU, Moorhead, WKU, and UK. The colleges are bringing bachelor's degrees and equal opportunities close to home in Southern Kentucky. The University Center of Southern Kentucky will provide several pathways for students to earn a 4-year degree from partnering universities in Kentucky on the campus of Somerset Community College. After completing a 2-year degree at SCC, students will be able to choose from the partnering university of their choice and have access to student support services to complete a 4-year bachelor's degree at the Somerset campus.
10-0 as Belfry will send it away. Back to the 5, to the 10, 15, 20, the 25-yard line. As Doan returns that one, 1st and 10 for Southwestern. I will stand corrected. You are correct, sir. Southwestern and Belfry did play a couple years ago.
I thought I was here, Josh.
You were. Apparently, I was not. You were
I think
right
you
on
were
the
here.
money.
You were working. So see,
well, you thought I would have remembered that from 2014. And thank you, Coach William Blair.
I think it was very, very cold that evening.
28-7. Belfry won that one. So Belfry 2-0 in the series. This the 3rd overall meeting. Michael, thank you.
Thank you. Burton back out
Blair,
of
thank
QB.
you. Apparently, I was on Mars or somewhere.
It's okay.
At that point.
It's okay. Listeners have to endure me making mistakes all night, Josh.
You're doing fine. You're doing great. Doing great. Wishbone set. Behind Burton. Hands up under center. He will turn and hand it off as that's Barnes coming to the near sideline. Got his legs swept from underneath him. As Chafin comes over to pop him. 9:10 to go. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7. I still wonder, how did I miss that?
I was going to say we saw more passing that first couple series from Southwestern than I anticipated. And, and here we are now in this series. Looks like Wishbone.
Well, I think you can't sit dead red and run because Belfry's too big for that, and they're going to load the box. Those boys are huge up front. Getting a bone set. Handoff, inside handoff. Nothing there. Might even lost a couple depending on the spot. As trying to find out who that was. As it will be Barnes on the tote. Coming out with the football. Was one of the big guys up front. Hayden Lamel. No gain, 3rd and 7.
It's a Turner Realty Group 3rd down.
Southwestern looking to get something going on offense as they now trail Belfry 10-0, 8:10 to go, opening half. And the Warrior offense will come along. Coach Shorley telling us that on Tuesday. It's the first game of the season. A lot of football left. All the football left. All of it. Burton out of the gun this time. Doan to his left. Burton, 3-step drop. Looking, under pressure. Got to get rid of it. He will be sacked back inside the 20-yard line. Great penetration, good pursuit to the football. First guy there, Mason Washington for Belfry. And again, punting situation for Southwestern. 3 series on offense, turnover, punt, punt. As Crisp will lay the leg to it, hopefully.
Southwestern still looking for their groove offensively.
Yeah, and it's going to take a while. When you're down what would be your starting quarterback in Chandler Crabtree, I thought Xavier Streeter could go there, but you don't want to take him from receiver, so that's the second option. And the third option for it's going to be a fake as Coach Foley rolling the dice. 25-30, going to be short of the first down as he's got a lot of them.
It's close, but I do believe they're going to be short. I think they may measure. No, turnover on downs.
Yep, it'll be 1st and 10 as Coach Foley could sense been down 10-0 to Belfry. Was 20-0 to most other teams that run an offense at a quicker pace. Again, possessions at a premium. Coach Foley rolling the dice. That one almost came up roses. Instead, it'll be 1st and 10 Pirates from the Southwestern 33-yard line. Near home hash for Belfry. Southwestern defense got to make a stand. Another score by Belfry. Hate to say it's out of reach, but the way they methodically run the football, a whole lot of tough sledding from here on.
Yes. Southwestern's had strong showing, and if it wasn't for that punt return earlier, this would be a 3-0 game.
Yeah, that punt return's huge. And that takes it from a one-possession game to 2, and the one-possession game was at 3-0.
We've got a discussion about something on the field.
I'm not sure exactly what the discussion is. I don't see a flag anywhere, unless it's on the sideline, and I can't see it. See Blake Burton coming to the sideline here, putting the headset on, getting some instructions. Oh, thank you. TV timeout.
Oh.
That's mighty nice for them to do that for us. Mighty nice. Mighty nice for them to do that for us. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic High School Football. Presented by the Don Franklin Family of Dealerships on LakeCumberlandSports.com and Cumberland Sports on Facebook. We say that in jest because the folks, our friends, media members from WYMT here as well tonight. Broadcasting this one back to Pond Creek Nation. See Coach Philip Haywood, far sideline. Always recognize Coach Haywood in the sport jacket and tie. I don't know if anybody said it. I'm sure they have. Still the best dressed coach in high school football.
Can't argue.
Coach Foley, I love you, but sport coat and tie, Coach Haywood's got to be. Handoff goes to Bentley off right tackle. He will get upended by Pennington. Also, on the action for Southwestern will be Maddox Mink. Here's some names sprinkled in there defensively, and we talked about with Coach Foley at the Coaches Show on Tuesday night, something that I'm very excited about. Getting more players into the rotation, not using those same 11, 12, 13 guys.
Right.
And getting some more experience for when you get to the postseason, be a little bit fresher.
Getting ready to say that. Maybe injuries won't hit you so hard.
Maybe so. Shotgun set. Or no, excuse me, Wildcat set as Dixon takes it himself. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Dixon, his second touchdown of the night, a special teams touchdown. And this one, another one to the house for Dixon. Out of the Wildcat set, just coming out of the backfield. Off left tackle, near sideline for 6. That makes it 16-0 Belfry. They are pouring it on right now. 6:04 to go here, second quarter. As Cook on for the PAT. A good snap. Plenty of leg from Grayson Cook. It is up, and it is good. 17-0 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Belfry all up on Southwestern.
Quick Care is a longtime friend of sports in Somerset and Pulaski County, and they are back again as our title sponsor on each and every one of our game broadcasts. They were one of the first walk-in clinics in the area more than 10 years ago, and over the years, if you looked around at the Little League game or high school tournament, you would often see a Quick Care logo as one of the sponsors. So we're happy to have Quick Care Walk-In Clinic on board for another year here with us on the Lake Cumberland Sports Game broadcasts.
Southwestern has going to have to get it rolling on offense as they now trail Belfry 17-0, 6:04 to go here. Second quarter, Southwestern trying to work their way towards that Rick Barker, Godby Realty and Auction red zone. Southwestern's offense will come along. We mentioned Coach Foley on Tuesday night. It's about patience, and administration here at Southwestern fully believing in Coach Foley and knowing that it's going to take time.
That's exactly right. Playing the long game.
Absolutely. And Coach Foley mentioned it in his introductory press conference, and we brought it up again the other night. He wants to be here long term. And for me, that is what Southwestern needs in a head coach right now. You can't go, all that time with Coach Dale Anderson, then a couple of years with Coach Andy Stevens, and then a couple more years with Coach Larry French. That doesn't do any good to your program. That turnover hurts. As Cook will boot it away. And it will be taken at the 1. Streeter. Going to get up to around the 20-yard line. He'll be denied. Give him the 18. As Streeter coming in like a missile. He is slowly peeling himself off the deck, and Xavier lost his hat. Southwestern in those smoke gray uniforms, trimmed in orange and blue. Orange helmets with a white face mask for the Warriors. Belfry, as you see, those gleaming white uniforms with the skull and crossbone. I love that classic skull and crossbone look.
Mean machine.
Absolutely. Belfry steamrolled a lot of teams for a lot of years. 10-3 last year, falling in the region championship game. Year in and year out, everybody would take 10-3. At Belfry, one of those. Still a good year, though. Burton takes the snap, hands it off. Doan tries to go inside left tackle, and there is just absolutely nothing in between the tackles.
Going to say the same thing, Josh.
I mean,
just no room to run.
Of course, you look at it up front defensively for Belfry. You only go, it only looks like 148, 184. Then you go 297, 191, 220. Those boys look bigger than that.
They do. I'm looking at number 23 right there.
He's 297.
Yeah.
6'2", 297. That's being
every
Jacob
bit of it.
Easton. He's the anchor. He's the nose guard. He's the guy that gets going, and he does a great job up front. Belfry going with a 3-man front this time. Burton out of the gun. 2nd and 8. Doan comes to the near sideline off right tackle. As he'll be denied the 25, give him the 24. 3rd down for Southwestern. Warriors with only one L&N Federal Credit Union first down to the credit here. Just under 5 minutes to go, opening half. Nathan Vanover.
Big 3rd down for Southwestern.
Making that stop for the Pirates, absolutely. We've said that a bunch here in the opening half already. It's a technical term. A bunch.
They really need to keep the ball away from Belfry the remainder of this half.
They do. I mean, Belfry's offense it's clicking. It's going right now. There's blood in the water, and the Pirates can sniff it. Burton backpedaling, looking, fires, high throw, in traffic, incomplete. 4th down, and the Warriors will have to boot it away. Last time going for the fake, deep in their own territory.
Almost in this exact spot on the field.
Almost, yeah. Coach Foley dial it up again. He's trying to find something to get some positive mojo for the Southwestern offense.
Right.
And again, I hate to keep dwelling on it, but that's the question this year for Southwestern is the offense. The defense, there is no question. It's got an exclamation point. The defense has been on the field way too much here in the opening half. Chris will boot it away from his own 12. He will lay it to it. Another good one. Good night.
Over the heads of both returners.
Bounces inside the 30 at the 25. As a big block in the backfield. As turning it upfield will be Bentley on the return. Chris laid the leg to it again. As that'll flop the field, so that's positive for Southwestern. As
We do have a flag on the field.
that we do indeed, back at the 25, and I think that should be, as I called it, that big block might have been in the back. And if it is, that will back Belfry up to their deepest field position of the night, and it will be. I saw it as he was turning it upfield, and a big block in the back. Sorry, go right ahead.
Magic Monograms has moved to 110 Creek Terrace, conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger. The place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook. Search Magic Monograms and Embroidery.
Be first and 10 here for Belfry. As they are deepest field position of the night. Long field here for Belfry. First and 10 from their own, we'll call it 13-yard line. As inside handoff.
Nothing doing.
Goes to Hensley. Give him 2, 2nd and 8. Clock winds under 4 minutes to go. See Xavier Streeter. Xavier Streeter. Deep defensively for Southwestern. As Belfry slowly coming to the line. Clock churning away towards the half. Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. As on the deck as Dixon lost the handle on it. As Pennington almost right for the pickings as it got on the deck. But Dixon will fall on it. He'll lose 1, 3rd and 9. Belfry facing a 3rd down here, and Southwestern trying to come up with a big 3rd down stop. Turner Realty Group, 3rd down. Warrior defense looking for a stand here and looking to get some decent field position for the first time tonight. And that hasn't happened. That hasn't helped Southwestern either. That young offense.
That's right.
We hadn't talked about. They've been pinned on their own side of the field. As the handoff goes to Brantley. Barnes, first guy to the football to get him upended. Robinson comes in and finishes him off. It'll be a 4th down. Big stand defensively for Southwestern.
Blue and orange defense continues to stand tall, keeping their heads up.
Absolutely. As they got to be flat wore out as they have been on the field 75% of the time here in the opening half. Southwestern offense looking to get something going here. They're going to come out in decent field position. Xavier Streeter back to return at his own 45. Take a Toyota of Somerset timeout with 1:57 to go, opening half.
Intrust Counseling Services. Could you or your family benefit from counseling services? Intrust Counseling is there to meet your needs by providing services in the office, home, or school. They even offer late night and weekend appointments. Call 676-0638. Check out their new website at intrust-healthcare.com. You can also find them on Facebook.
We appreciate the word being passed along that we've been saying it one way, and Xavier wants it said that way. So we will do that for number 7, Xavier Streeter. 1:57 to go. Opening half. I'm Josh McKinney alongside Michael Craig and a cast of fabulous folks at Lake Cumberland Sports. Thanks for joining us, the nightcap of the 11th annual Don Franklin Bowl. So far, unkind to the Homeboys. PC falling in game 1 to Lex Cath, 21-14. You're under 2 minutes away from the half. Belfry 17, Southwestern 0. Xavier back. It's only 45 to return. Cook will boot it away here. Southwestern offense would love to see him score here. High snap. Cook went, get it, lays it to it, angling far sideline, and Xavier will let it roll out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10. By far, Michael, by far, the best field position of the night for Southwestern's offense.
They're going to start on their side of the field, and that is a huge advantage, blue and orange.
But again, all the question marks on Southwestern's offense, they're going up against pretty damn good defense, too, in Belfry.
That is true, and Belfry's big, and Belfry is deliberate. They are intentional. And Southwestern, though, I got to say, Josh, other than those 2 big plays that Belfry busted, Southwestern has had a pretty solid show.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Absolutely.
And let's remember their depth chart on their QB. You know, they're not rolling with number 1 right now.
They are not.
But Blake Burton has looked good early. So, and we got more than a half of football to go. So, stay tuned, folks.
If you play your best game 1 of the season, it's going to be a long year.
Absolutely. And they're playing a toughie game 1.
Absolutely. We mentioned that to Coach Foley the other night. He wasn't gifted a easy schedule, to say the least.
No, sir.
Streeter in at quarterback now as he takes a low snap, went down to get it, and he tries to cut it upfield, and he sniped. He's had his legs taken out from under him by Dylan Goff. So Burton gets the start. Streeter comes in at quarterback. He'll lose 3 on that one. Maybe even 4, 2nd and 14, we'll call it. 95 seconds to go. Opening half. Xavier Streeter in at quarterback now. Southwestern's offense couldn't get anything going. Coach Foley trying to go with Streeter here to get some offense rolling. You got to do what you got to do. Streeter out of the pistol, hands it off. Doan straight up the gut. Positive yardage that time up the middle, and a little extracurricular, as you see.
Yes, sir.
Unpleasantries exchanged. 3rd down. Give him 3. 3rd and 11 Southwestern at the Belfry 45. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time Southwestern's been over the 50.
Our Randall D. Turpin scoreboard is under 1 minute. Belfry 17, Southwestern 0.
Streeter looking to the near sideline for the play. Mentioned it Tuesday night. Streeter sweats athleticism. 3rd and 11. Streeter looking to throw. Nope, he's going to tuck it and run, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be a 4th down as Hatch to the football for Belfry. Give the stop to Churst and Step.
That appeared to be a design run from the start, and the shotgun snap was low on the exchange. That didn't help Streeter's approach.
No, it did not. Streeter will lose 1, maybe 2. We'll say 2, 4th and 13. 6 seconds to go. Warriors going to hustle to the line. They're going to have to hurry. They're going to get one off. 2 seconds, 1 second, and a timeout call, but the horn sounds, and hold up. Hold up. Officials blowing the whistles. Did they get the timeout or not is going to be the question. I think they got it. Yep, timeout, Southwestern.
Toyota of Somerset, timeout.
Absolutely. Whitehead saying yes, timeout.
Any sport, any season. Sports physicals at Quick Care are only $25. That's a pretty good deal.
That's a really good deal.
Don't make an appointment. Don't pay for an office visit. Don't sit around the waiting room for an hour. Quick Care gets you in and out and on the field for less. They're conveniently located right behind the hospital, just off Bogle Street in Med Park West. And they're open late, 9 to 7 on weekdays and 10 to 3 on Saturdays. Quick Care, serving Somerset and Pulaski County for over a decade.
So reset the clock on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard with 2 seconds. Warriors will have one more shot at it. You know, one's going to be giving the old heave-ho to the right side end zone.
Thank you.
It will be 4th and about 13 here for the blue and orange. Left to right to finish this one up in the opening half. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic High School Football presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships. LinkCumberlandSports.com. Streeter out of the gun. Warriors looking to get some points on the board as we close the opening half. Streeter, quick hitter near sideline. That will be complete. Wrapped up and dropped as Chris takes the shoulder, and a flag will fly as Cook leading with the shoulder, and a flag will keep the half going. Don't go away just yet.
I'm not sure if the flag was on the hit or the exchange that happened between two players at the conclusion of the hit.
I'd say take your pick, but I'm going to say that it was on the hit because I know that's been a big emphasis all over the sport of football, pros, college, high school as well. As Cook, ferocious hit on Crisp, and Connor has taken big shot after big shot. And young man just peeled himself off the deck time and time again. There is no doubt how tough that Warrior is.
Absolutely. That's what I was getting ready to say. Tough as nails.
Personal foul on Belfry, and that'll keep the half going for Southwestern a little bit closer to that Rick Barker and Godby Realty and Auction red zone. As Southwestern's trying to sniff out a Citizens National Bank touchdown here as the opening half will come to a conclusion at some point. Hopefully, not before Southwestern gets some points on the board. Xavier Streeter, quarterback. Burton started the game. Streeter's been in this series. Robinson coming in late. Time down here. Penalty at the half. Streeter surveys the defense. Doan goes in motion. Streeter goes down to get it. Looking to throw. Going to fire one toward the end zone. And incomplete. As a couple Pirates had the best line on it. Knocked down. 17-0 Belfry. And the nightcap of the Don Franklin Bowl. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic High School Football presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships. We'll be back in a couple of minutes after these messages.
Now is the best time to buy a new Toyota at the Toyota National Clearance Event at Toyota of Somerset. Save up to $9,500 off MSRP on new 2019 Toyotas or 0% financing on select 2019 models. Low lease payments or get up to $4,000 customer rebate. Before you buy your next vehicle, come to Toyota of Somerset. You'll be glad you did. And we're paying top dollar for your trade-in, so come on in.
We're all about you. It's time to auction. Who you gonna call? Whether it's a farm, home, personal, or commercial property, Ford Brothers Auctioneers bring home the bacon for your next auction. On-site, online, simulcast. Whatever works best for you, that's what we do. Award-winning marketing to support your auction. And FordBrothersInc.com has the most unique visitors for auctions in the market. Give us a call for your next auction. At Ford Brothers, we're selling the country.
Quick Care Walk-In Clinic High School Football presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships on LakeCumberlandSports.com. I'm Josh McKinney alongside Michael Gregg and a cast of fabulous folks here with LakeCumberlandSports.com. Huge thank you to Pat Harris, also Bob Boone, Boss Man, and Kevin Lloyd, Madeline Dunley running the camera here this evening, and Nick Hibbard, Hibby, running around snapping picks here at the Don Franklin Bowl.
A big thank you to Don Franklin Somerset family of dealerships Kentucky for sponsoring tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset family of dealerships. They treat you like family.
That they do indeed. Southwestern and Belfry squaring off for not the second time in program history, but the third time. That's Belfry 2-0 versus Southwestern. The first meeting back in 97. I thought that was the only meeting, but no. Michael Gregg, was correct in the fact that Southwestern and Belfry had played since that matchup back in 2014, that in the regular season, as Belfry led 3-0 at the end of one, and then now 17-0 here at intermission. Belfry got on the board first with 4:15 to go in the opening quarter. A 29-yard field goal by Grayson Cook. That makes it 3-0. Belfry had another shot at it with 28 seconds to go in the opening quarter. A 38-yard field goal by Cook. Had enough leg but missed to the near home sideline. 3-0 at the end of one. And then, as Michael mentioned, a couple of big plays in that second quarter have really changed the landscape of this game. You take those two big plays out, this is still a one-possession game at 3-0.
Absolutely, and I think thinking about it that way, and also the caliber of opponent for this first game of the Jason Foley era, I'm not sure that Coach is too disappointed in how this game went. The defense looked solid.
Absolutely, I think so.
A lot of activity on the defensive side of the ball. Offense has struggled, but I think we knew that was a possibility going into this game, regardless of the opponent.
Very true.
But you take an opponent like Belfry, who is A+ caliber.
Yeah, might want to put another plus behind it.
And I guess my question would be, Coach Haywood, how do you think he feels about this first half, Josh?
Yeah. You know, Belfry is so methodical and so meticulous with what they do. I'm sure he knows they left points out there. You know, Southwestern's defense, you know, credit Southwestern's defense. Yeah, it's 17-0 at half, but they got a couple of good stops against a talented Belfry ball club.
That's
They
right.
really did. You know, Coach Haywood, as we mentioned in the pregame show, he's a legend. I wouldn't even come close to even think to know what he's thinking. But, you know, every coach, regardless, if you put 70 points up in the half, you're going to find something to get on your team about at halftime.
And one thing he has to be thinking is he's leading, and that's always
Absolutely.
advantage.
Absolutely.
Always advantage if you're leading on the scoreboard.
When you're on the plus side of the Randall D. Turpin CPA school board, that is a good thing.
Yes, sir.
3-0 at the end of one, and those two big plays for Belfry coming in the second. The first coming with 9:31 to go in the second quarter. That is 65-yard punt return by Dixon. And the punt was a beautiful punt, just outkicked the coverage. Sadly, 9-0 as Dixon takes that one back to the house. Cook's extra point good, 10-0. And then Belfry scores again with 6:04 to go in the second as Dixon gets this one out of the Wildcat set, keeping it on the ground. 16-0. Cook's extra point good, 17-0 at intermission as Belfry leads Southwestern in the nightcap of the Don Franklin Bowl.
And, Josh, I'm going to try to recap some stats.
You go right ahead.
I have struggled some trying to keep up with this, but
You haven't struggled at anything.
it looks like Hensley has 39 yards on 7 carries. Dixon, 55 yards on 9 carries. Bentley has 11 yards on 7 carries. And all of that looks like Southwestern's done a fairly decent job of keeping them in check. It does not appear as though the quarterback has attempted a pass, according to my records. When you look at the Southwestern Warriors, Doan has 10 yards on 5 carries. Barnes has 2 yards on 2 carries. And Brainerd has a couple yards on a single carry. Crisp, he had that one long carry, but it was a fake punt that was really close to converting, a couple yards shy. So one tote for 14 yards. A couple receptions. Streeter has 1 reception for 15 yards. Crisp has 1 reception for 3 yards. And that's all there is to mention on the offensive side of the ball for Southwestern.
And it has been tough sledding for Southwestern's offense in the opening half. But again, that offense will come around.
Yes, sir.
It will come around. When you're down, really, you know, Burton's the third-string quarterback, right? Third or fourth, whoever, depending on who you talk to, third or fourth-string quarterback. Crabtree was the first option. He's injured, out of action. You don't want to pull Streeter away from that wide receiver position because, as we saw, that nice catch he had far sideline. They hate to do that. Burton getting the start, third-string quarterback. Just nerves. I mean, we mentioned it a little bit earlier. Not everybody can have a debut game like Drew Polston did earlier for PC. I was mighty impressed with Polston.
Touche. Polston really had a strong showing. Burton has played QB. I think that Foley is familiar with Blake Burton. If I'm not mistaken, Blake played QB for Foley over at Northern Middle School at one point in his career. A fun fact about Blake Burton, when I came over and interviewed Coach this week, Burton was in the field house, and I got to speak to Blake. I knew Blake as a young man in elementary school, fine young man. Blake has signed up to go to the Marines.
Oh, wow.
And so he is a man and is fearless. And I think that's the kind of guy that you can really get behind on the football field.
Heck yeah.
So despite his standing as, first, second, third, whatever, he's on the field. And I think Coach has confidence that he can do the job. And I look forward to seeing him mature and get into that. I think Coach felt like that Blake might be his most game-ready QB on his roster.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
And if he goes forward being at quarterback, or you get Crabtree back, which is a possibility, with Coach Foley having that experience with him, I think you hit it right on the head. When you play in middle school and you get up here under the big bright lights of Friday night football, I mean it's a different world, middle school to high school.
Sure, this is 5A Friday night lights, big boy football for sure, and you don't have a week off.
No, you don't.
Every week is the real deal. And we're going to see an exciting season this year. Regardless of what happens, this new era is going to be fun to watch.
Absolutely, and that's the overall feel with Coach Jason Foley, new head coach of the Southwestern Warriors, his debut effort here this evening. And again, we mentioned it several times. Not an easy thing to come out of the chute with a state championship type program or a state championship winning program, period, on the other side of the field in Belfry. I mean, and you add that into the mix for Burton as well. It would be nice if you're down to your, second, third, fourth string quarterback and you're playing, School for the Lonely Heart. This is a cupcake, if you will. You're playing against a big boy team in Belfry.
Right, and I think Burton has just recently returned to the football team.
You add that in too, yeah.
I think he had left the team and had reconsidered that, and I'm excited that he did that because
absolutely
playing under Friday Night Lights, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for these young men, and if he had not chose to come back, that'd probably be something he would look back and regret for the rest of his life. But he's decided to suit it up and give a go in his senior year before he joins the military. And like I mentioned before, a man joins the military, fearless, the kind of guy you can go to battle with week in, week out, and know that you're going to get his best effort.
Absolutely, and we go ahead and thank Blake Burton for that service to our country, which is coming. And again, it's not easy to step up, but somebody's got to do it. And Blake stepping up, doing it tonight. And again, we talked about it. It is simple. It's 3-0 at the end of one, Belfry leading in a one-possession game, and that one-possession game was the field goal. Then you take away those two big plays, we're talking something completely different.
Absolutely.
And that's added into the fact that Southwestern's offense doesn't have a whole lot of offense to go along tonight.
Right.
So
there's not been a lot of running room. We know Southwestern has a couple solid running backs in Doan and Barnes, but they've just not had any space. And if they can change that, we can flip this script pretty quick, just as Belfry proved that they did the same to Southwestern.
And you saw Doan try to go inside the tackles several times in the opening half, and Michael, there's nothing there. I mean, when you got a guy almost 300 pounds at nose guard on the defensive line, it's hard to get around that big old boy.
10-4. It's like an Ndamukong Suh type presence on the high school football field.
It really is. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. 17-0 at the half. Belfry leads Southwestern in the nightcap of the Don Franklin Bowl. Last report as another broadcast, triple header broadcast for you here tonight. Lee Cumberland Sports Somerset getting all up on Rockcastle County. As also in action tonight, North Laurel taking on Paul Lawrence. Dunbar, of course, realignment has North Laurel back in the district for Southwestern against Southwestern and PC. Whitley County, a district foe now, as they will travel to Corbin tonight. And one would guess 10:30, those games are probably over.
Whitley Corbin tonight?
Whitley Corbin.
Yeah, that's probably
it might not be over.
A good matchup over there. Yeah. Corbin's another perennial powerhouse as well.
Absolutely.
Wait times are short at Quick Care Walk-In Clinic. They're focused on service, and they staff the clinic to reduce time spent in the waiting room. Quick Care has lab and x-ray equipment right there in the clinic, which is another great time saver. The clinic is open and waiting for you from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. weekdays and 10 to 3 on Saturdays. Of course, no appointment is necessary. Just walk in when you need us. Quick Care, behind the hospital in Med Park West.
I'm going to have to write a check and send it to Coach Jared Sumner. He's been.
What's he selling?
I mean, he's been so nice this evening. He's always nice. He's saying we make a good team. I appreciate that, Coach. He was giving you high praise earlier.
Well, great. You know? Maybe we can cover his girls softball team sometime.
Absolutely, love covering.
Love to do that. Love to do that.
Absolutely.
Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros. A flat tire would really make this road trip better, said no one ever.
Never.
Which is why Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros make taking care of your tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties and a hassle-free experience. So you can get back to when being on the move was carefree. Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed. Find out more online at skipstirepros.com.
Coach, we appreciate the update. Corbin beat Whitley 35-21.
That's closer than I would have expected.
35-21, Corbin over Whitley.
And who hosted that game, Josh?
It was at Corbin.
At Corbin. Tough place to play.
Oh, yeah. Southwestern's been there a couple times. Great field. Beautiful field. That field is always immaculate at Corbin. But when you go to Corbin, you know you're in Corbin. It's a tough place to play. It's tough.
I hear that. I've got some friends that live over in that direction, and I hear that about that tradition-rich program. So I'd like to make the trip over there sometime, and I hope that in the future, Josh, you and I get the chance to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course, this is our maiden voyage.
That's correct.
He's Michael Gregg. I'm Josh McKinney. LakeCumberlandSports.com. And, again, we mentioned it as we signed on the air. Your maiden voyage. I know you've been harder on yourself than what you should. You're doing a great job.
Well, thank you. I've been an active listener for a while now. I know that one of my really good friends, Matt Cook, worked with you in the past. I loved listening to you all on LakeCumberlandSports.com. And I said, when you get tired of that gig, and I know you're going to, put my name down and say, hey, this is something this guy would like to do. And I actually got lucky, and Michael Chili, sent my name over to the boss man, Kevin Lloyd, and here I sit. And I hope, which is the first of many, many games calling with LakeCumberlandSports.com for the Southwestern Warriors. So
Absolutely.
Love sports, but my boys just aren't really into it. So this is going to allow me to be involved and follow these guys that I watch grow up as youngsters, and they turn into men here on the field, and it's just exciting for me.
That's something that you bring to our broadcast and are going to bring to our broadcast. These guys when they were kiddos at Nancy. Of course, you're the principal of Nancy Elementary, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you've seen these kids grow up into young men and athletes, and like you're talking about Cameron Pierce a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Introducing himself as the tackling machine.
That's right. I started my career at Southern Elementary, and Cameron's mother, Sally, is the guidance counselor over there at Southern. And Cameron is a very awesome young man, and you're exactly right. He introduced himself as, they call me the tackling machine. And I'm glad that the tackling machine is back out here on the football field.
Absolutely. And it seems like we've talked about that a couple times tonight. Pierce back for Southwestern playing football once again. We mentioned Blake Burton. Got away from it. Back in a uniform this year. And that's a story for a couple of different Warriors that Coach Foley has got them back out and reinvigorated, young men that want to play football here at Southwestern because, numbers, and you see all the numbers and you see all the reports that numbers are down statewide and nationwide in the game of football. I just take you to what Coach Foley said Tuesday night. His freshman class is 30.
30
freshmen
suited up. That's right. And that's awesome. And I don't have the numbers in front of me, Josh, but we have a few freshmen that are starting on this blue and orange team. I know that I'm thinking of the cornerback. Help me out here. 23. Cade Sullivan starting cornerback. So I know that's one right off the bat. And he mentioned several other freshmen there at the coaches show at Buffalo Wings and Rings the other night that he was very excited to see develop into solid contributors for the blue and orange. So
absolutely.
Exciting times.
Absolutely. 17-0 as the Warriors on the short end of it here against Belfry in the nightcap of the Don Franklin Bowl. As in game one here tonight, Pulaski County, they led 14-0 at the half, and then Lexington Catholic pitches the shutout in the second half defensively. And Lex Cath gets all of their touchdowns in the second half, and they beat Pulaski County 21-14. I was amazed that it was scoreless when I got here, and then it was 14-0 at the half, and then Pulaski County. I mean, it seems like to me that they just ran out of a little bit of gas going into the fourth, and Lexington Catholic just found a way to win that football game.
They found a way, and Pulaski County just ran out of time, Josh. I think if they had a little bit more time, they may have had something left. That interception late in the game just kind of sealed it up for Lex Cath. Tough break for Pulaski. Tough matchup, though.
It really was.
One thing for sure is that Pulaski County is for real.
Absolutely.
Again this year. And they got a new quarterback, but it really, in the last 10 years, or maybe 20 years, whoever the QB is for PC, They're solid. And the
amazing.
cupboard is not bare.
It never is at quarterback for Coach Johnny Hines.
No, sir.
I was telling a couple of folks earlier tonight, it's amazing how it's whenever a quarterback graduates over at County High, Coach Hines in his laboratory has another one ready to go. I mean, it's amazing. It really is amazing how he
And
does
I think tonight, we've already talked about how solid Polson looked tonight. The backup quarterback took that, pass from the QB and then threw a strike down the Kane. Brady, is it Brady Kane?
I'm not for sure.
Wiley Kane's little brother, right?
Yeah.
So he looked solid. So, like I said, the cup runneth over with QB talent over across town.
And don't forget, for Pulaski County, Cox didn't go tonight.
That's right,
So-
and that's a big loss.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when Cox gets back, that's going to take more of that load off of Polston. It's going to make it easier for the new PC quarterback. Of course, here in the nightcap, 17-0 Belfry leading Southwestern, as the Warriors will get the first shot at it here in the third.
Somerset Community College. If you want a great career, Somerset Community College career and technical programs can help. Or if you want a bachelor's degree but not massive college debt, just start at SCC and transfer to the new University Center of Southern Kentucky, located right here in Somerset, and save thousands. Sign up now on campus or visit us online at somerset.kctcs.edu. Don't delay. Enroll today. And Modern Systems is proud to sponsor the Defender of the Game. Modern Systems has been defending homes and businesses since 1979. With thousands of satisfied customers across the Commonwealth and an A-plus rating by the Better Business Bureau, you can count on Modern System to deliver a superior defense for your home or business. Call them at 679-4556 or visit our website at modernsystems.inc.com.
Third meeting all time between Southwestern and Belfry, as the Pirates lead the all-time series 2-0. As the first matchup came in the playoffs, 97. The second in 2014. The Warriors on a 5-game winning streak here in the Don Franklin Bowl. That goes back to 2014, and sadly that's in jeopardy.
Yes, sir.
It's set to begin the third, 17-0 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA School Board. While we have the time, taking a look at the schedule for Southwestern this year. You and I, my friend, will make the short trip to Berea next Friday night, as Mad South is on the docket for the blue and orange.
Do we know much about Madison Southern this year, Josh?
We know that they have a former Southwestern coach in William Blair as their defensive coordinator. John Clark, year in and year out, they get it done at Madison Southern. I mean, a couple years removed from making a deep run in the playoffs. I like the series between Southwestern and Madison Southern. It's always a good game, always a good football game.
And Madison Southern is the team, if I'm not mistaken, that used to have the running back that went to Alabama. I think
Damian
that's
Harris,
in the NFL now.
Yeah, with the Patriots.
That's right.
Absolutely. So.
Making a payday.
Absolutely. Big payday for Damian. And then Southwestern goes on the road a second straight week against Knox Central, September 6th. Next home game for the Blue and Orange will come against the Wayne County Cardinals on September 13th. And I mentioned it at the coaches show on Tuesday night. I absolutely love the fact that Southwestern and Wayne County are playing football. I love that. They play in every other sport.
Huge rivals in basketball.
Why not football?
That's right.
I love that that's on the schedule.
Agreed.
Of course, it would be nice if there were a few cupcakes on this schedule for Coach Jason Foley.
But that is not the case.
It is not. But as they say, what does not kill you makes you stronger.
That's right.
Coach Foley is going to do a fantastic job. And I keep going back to what he said in his introductory press conference. I want to be here for a long time. He wants to retire here. And that's one of the big things I think is key for Southwestern as a program if they're going to take that next step. Of course, Coach Dale Anderson, coach here from 93 to 2011, a couple years, Andy Stevens, handful of years, Coach Larry French. That turnover in the head man doesn't help your program.
No, sir.
As Cook will send it away. The Warriors get the first shot at it here in the third. Return from the 15 as Dones sidesteps a man, almost lost the football. He'll hang on to it up to around the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. For the Warriors, Southwestern starts left to right here in the third, trailing 17-0, as they will try to claw back into it.
Let's see if they can get some momentum going in the second half.
Absolutely. A little bit of pep in the step for Southwestern coming out of the half. A spirited halftime discussion with new head coach Jason Foley. The details in the scouting report for Coach Foley just absolutely off the chart. I was amazed when I was looking through it today. Amazed.
He is he's got a wealth of knowledge.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Does his homework.
I'd heard that going in, and it's amazing. Coach Foley is a good one. Happy to have him here at the reservation. Blake Burton back in at quarterback. See, handed off to Chase Stone coming near sideline. Spin move gets him up to around the 35. Nice tote by Chase. Give him another one. Give him the 36 as he laid the lumber that time to a defender taking a shot. Just didn't. Will be second down and about 5 for the Warriors. Thanks for settling back in with us. Alongside Michael Gregg, I'm Josh McKinney. Cast of fabulous folks at Cumberland Sports bringing this broadcast to you this evening. We appreciate each and every one of them. And Burton out of the gun. Doan to his right. And in motion coming to the near sideline. Delay handoff. Doan tries to go up the gut, and he's going to lose a yard. And again, Belfry has it sniffed out. Anything in between the tackles, as that was Blackwell and Stepp getting to Doan. Doan's going to lose 2.
Going to set up a 3rd and long.
I mean, it all starts, as we mentioned, with the nose guard for Belfry. And Jacob Easton, 6'2", 297.
A whole lot of pirate.
Beastly. Oh, a whole lot of pirate. I like that. Nicely done. He is. He is a big old boy. Good football player. 3rd and 6. 10:30 to go. Third quarter. Warriors trail 17-0. Blake Burton rolling near sideline. Fires. That's a low throw in the dirt. Up at around the 40. That will fall incomplete. And the Warriors will have to boot it away. Intended target was number 5.
I'm not seeing a 5 on the roster.
Not either.
He's right at the stick. He would have, if he'd have pulled that in, it'd have been a first down.
Mason Hibbard. The intended target. A younger version of Hibby. Seen Hibbard a couple times tonight. Intended target there, just a low throw to him. As Cripps lays it to it. And that'll be a live football as it was touched by Dixon. And no flag will fly. Could have been a block in the back, maybe. Dixon running for his life. He's going to lose yardage. Still on his feet, and he's going to be wrapped up and finally dropped.
Now that's a play. Rowan Pennington was hit in the back, in my opinion.
Big row, yeah.
No one asked.
Yeah.
And then he recovers and stops the ball carrier.
How about your row? Getting drilled, getting back up, peeling himself off the deck, and then making the play as Dixon got himself in trouble going backwards. And it'll be 1st and 10. Belfry from their own 15 again. Belfry sitting on the long field here. Only happened a couple times tonight.
And Chris can punt the ball.
Boy, can he, though? My goodness. He got plenty of thunder.
Not that you want to punt, but if you have to,
you want
to punt it well.
He got plenty of thunder in that leg. As Hensley gets the tote straight up the gut. Robinson and Associates ripping at the football, still moving that pile, still moving the pile. He was stood up with maybe a 5-yard gain. It goes across the 20, across the 25, finally shut down at around the 29-yard line, and the Warrior is flat out.
And 55 for Belfry was just dragging that stack with him.
Yes, he was. An injured Warrior.
I cannot see a number.
Is down. I think I know who it is, but I am not going to speculate. Did see momentary movement in the right leg.
Who was the ball carrier on that last play?
Hensley?
For Belfry. Was it Hensley?
As that is Roe Pennington.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. He's been a huge bright spot defensively for Southwestern in this one, and Junior is down. Player's taking a knee. Pennington is now setting up and helped up by Southwestern coaching staff. And Pennington appeared to me like he was knocked out. He was just face first down on the field. He's gingerly walking off to the near sideline, and he's got his arm draped across his midsection, his left arm draped across the midsection, and he will take a seat on the near sideline. Big shot. Pennington.
It looks like 48 Hagan Galloway is going to replace Pennington at linebacker.
Thank you, Mr. Craig. 9:18 to go. Third quarter, 17-0. So that was the first down tote. That really wasn't, but then it was because the pile just kept moving. Positive yardage for Belfry. Handoff goes to Bentley. Off left tackle. He's loose. 40. Midfield and more. It's a foot race. Nobody's going to get him. 10-5. Touchdown, Belfry. Ben Bentley to the house for 6.
60 yards.
Thank you, sir. Bentley's first touchdown.
And prior to that, Southwestern done a really good job containing Bentley.
Again, it's a big play.
Big play. Big play has killed Southwestern all night.
And it's killed Southwestern. Not just all night, but haunted them in years past as well.
And that's tough on the heels of Pennington having to walk off on that big run. Like it just hits you in the gut.
I mean, Pennington's been everywhere tonight. He's been selling kettle corn and everything.
That's right.
Cook on for PAT. It is up, and it is good. 24-0. Belfry on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. 8:48 to go here in the third. Southwestern try to dent their side of the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
No appointment is necessary at Quick Care Walk-In Clinic. They're right behind the hospital, just off Bogle Street in Mid-Park West, right where they have been for over a decade. Quick Care has lab and x-ray equipment right there in the clinic, and they're open late. So if you've had an accident or you aren't feeling well, just walk in and let their highly qualified medical professionals take care of you. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Mid-Park West.
24-0 Belfry on top of Southwestern here in the nightcap of the 11th annual Don Franklin Bowl.
Speaking of Don Franklin, a big thank you to Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships Kentucky for sponsoring tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships. They treat you like family.
That's what it's all about. At Don Franklin. Cook has it teed up, and he will send it away. This place eerily quiet now. As it's returnable. 15, 20, 25, 30. Midfield and more. Lowers ahead. Lower the boom. Connor Crisp getting the fans to their feet here on the near home sideline. Nice return by Connor. That'll be 1st and 10 Warriors. And just like that, a funeral home becomes a party. 8:41 to go. A nice spurt by Connor Crisp. It's a hurry up and save sale down to Blakely Ford. And for the first time ever, you can get an estimated savings up to 20% off MSRP on select new Fords, plus complimentary maintenance through Pass Rewards. That's right. Save an estimated 20% off MSRP on 2019 Ford F-150s, America's best-selling truck for the past 42 years. So choose 0% for 72 months out to Blakely Ford, South Highway 27 in Somerset. Out to BlakelyFord.com, 20% off, and 0% cannot be combined. 0% with approved credit. As Doan gets the tote. As turn it upfield for 3, maybe 4. I'm going to give him 4, 2nd and 6. Southwestern Belfry side of the field for what has been too far and few in between. It's been a tough night offensively for Southwestern.
Absolutely. Crisp looked good on the return. And
we did.
He's been one of the bright spots for Southwestern offensively.
Absolutely. Southwestern, a couple deep at quarterback, going up against the stout Belfry defense. So credit Belfry, too. Handoff, Doan straight up the gut. He hits the line and gets driven backwards again. It all starts with a big nose guard as he goms it up in the middle. Easton, and again, nothing happening in between the tackles.
There.
I mean, nothing.
Nothing there.
If there's a glimmer of a hole there for Doan, when he sees it, it's gone by the time he gets there. I mean,
if
goodness.
it was there in the first place.
If it was there in the first place, that's very true. Very true. 3rd and long. Southwestern's been in the 3rd down, seems like all night long. 7:15 to go, 24-0. Belfry. Burton. Out of the pistol this time. Doan lining up behind him. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Burton looking to throw. Under pressure, going to fire a nice ball down far sideline. One-on-one coverage, and that'll be incomplete.
That was a nice ball. Big arm.
Yeah, nice tight spiral, but well defended by Belfry. As Hibbert, the intended target. Thank you. Lost all my rosters. Thank you, Pat. I would have looked down and not had anything in my roster sheet.
When the game started, I thought the wind was going to blow everything out of the booth here, but it is really calm. It's a beautiful night again.
Gorgeous.
Great crowd tonight for both games.
About 161 degrees for the first time ever. The Don Franklin Bowl. Comfortable 68 where we started tonight. 4th down. Warriors will boot it away, and Chris gets another good one off. Bounces at the 15, taken at around the 11, angling far sideline. And a short return.
Had no trouble wrapping him up on that play.
Not at all. Bentley on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 for Belfry. 6:55 to go here, 3rd quarter. Melody Turpin CPA scoreboard. To thank Pat Harris, pulling double duty tonight. Many fabulous folks at the hand in our broadcast here this evening. Madeline Dudley on our camera. Thanks to Bob Boone, Nick Hibbert. And my partner in crime, one Michael Gregg. 1st and 10 for the Pirates. The handoff goes to Bentley, trying to sweep right side as Kenny Robinson and a couple of more Warriors getting hatched to the football. Gideon Brainerd wearing number 34. That's just throwing me for a loop.
Hopefully we'll get these numbers ironed out a little bit.
We'll get it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And these jerseys are not helping. It's very hard to see.
Dark on dark is tough. Maddox Mink called his name a couple of times. Don Asher called his name several times tonight. Chandler Truitt as well. Long night for the Warriors. As Dixon has the tote near sideline in space. He is running to the house. Nobody's going to get him. 20-10 touchdown. Dixon. Give him the hat trick. 5:55 to go. 3rd quarter. Belfry really pouring it on right now. Goodness gracious.
And that one hurts.
Yes, it does. The nail wasn't in the coffin. It is now. 5:55 to go. 3rd quarter.
Josh, do you have yardage on that carry? Was it about 75 yards? I
Sounds good to me, yeah. In the vicinity of it anyway. That makes it 30-0. Cook on for the point after. It is up, and it is true. 31-0. Belfry, top of Southwestern. In the nightcap, the Don Franklin Bowl. 31-0 Belfry on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. As Southwestern will try to get something going offensively. And it has been a long, long night.
Whitus Cabinet Design Center. At Whitus Cabinets, they provide their customers with friendly service. They value your business, and it is their mission to provide reliable products and services. The courteous and professional team at Whitus Cabinet Design Center can turn your vision into reality. Visit the Whitus Cabinet Design Center on the corner of South 27 and Slate Branch Road to learn more about what they can do for you.
Well, advanced scouting for next week. Coach Sumner saying Madison South has a D lineman being recruited by Clemson.
Ooh.
That's not too shabby.
Not at all. Clemson is one of the upper echelon programs in the country.
Yeah. Top 2 with Alabama.
That's right.
The tip-top preseason. Preseason numero uno. How can you not?
They'll take it.
Dabo Swinney. I mean, that was incredible. And how can you root for Alabama?
Amen.
I'm sorry, I'm an SEC guy, born and bred. But how can you root for Alabama? No. Cook sends it away. Right from the 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35. Again, crisp on a nice return. Connor has played well tonight. Laying the boot to a couple and a couple of nice back-to-back returns. Now it's all about pride for Southwestern.
That's right. Southwestern needs to put something on the board here to have something to build upon moving forward.
Absolutely. Game 1 of a full slate for the Blue and Orange in 2019 under head coach Jason Foley. Officially introduced as a Warrior football coach at a February press conference, not more than 50 yards away from where we are tonight, here in the press box. Near home sideline of Southwestern. Tough one tonight for the Homeboys. Burton out of the gun. Doan to his left. Doan gets the tote, looking for the corner. He'll cut it back inside. There's some space there for Chase that time as he got everybody coming this way and cut it back inside. Short gain. That'll set up second down and 7 for Southwestern. Clock winds 5:20 to go, third quarter.
We've talked about how good Belfry has been offensively, but they have been equally difficult on the defensive side of the football.
Absolutely. I mean, they really have. And Southwestern a couple deep on the depth chart. Quarterback, that doesn't help at all. And it really doesn't help that you're going up against a perennial defense that's in the upper echelon every single year of the class. Belfry, what, 3A?
Yes, sir.
2nd and 7, under 5 to go in the third quarter. Warriors trail 31-0. The protection this time for Burton. He'll fire. That will be complete to the receiver. Made a man miss. Across the grain. First down yardage as you give that reception. As that goes to Justin Vaught. Nice reception by Justin. That's a L&N Federal Credit Union first down for the Blue and Orange. If memory serves, only their second of the night. That is completely unofficial. 4:30 to go. Warriors flirting with the midfield stripe at their own 49 to the far visitor hash, left to right here in the third. Justin Vaught with the reception. Burton under the pistol this time. Back behind him is Doan, and he is met, wrapped up, and immediately dropped in the backfield. As
defenders penetrated that play. They were so close they kept taking the handoff.
Absolutely. Step was in step with Doan. Chase loses 1, 2nd and 11. Under 4 to go in the third.
And we know how accomplished of a runner Doan is. And he just has not been able to find the space tonight. And it's no fault of his own. It's just attributing to Belfry's defense.
Well, you look what Southwestern has coming back. They lost their leading rusher last year, Drew Sawyers, who had over 1,200 yards. Chase Stone, second leading rusher, back this year, 9-16 and 10 touchdowns last year. Burton out of the gun. Low snap, had to go down to get it. Looking to throw, fires, low throw up to the 47-yard line of Belfry, and that catch was made. As that goes to Hibbert. Low throw, Hibbert picked it off the top of the grass. Third down. Southwestern as Belfry side of the field. Well, between the hashes. Big third down here for Southwestern. 31-0 Belfry. Warriors playing for pride now. Working. Burton looking to throw. Good protection this time. Looking, nothing there. He'll tuck it and try to run it, but he'll be sacked back at midfield.
Good protection there.
Yeah.
Just a little bit too much time. And
Dylan Goff with the sack. Nearly a handful of sacks tonight. Burton. Yeah, you mentioned, I said it as well, initial good protection. Then it broke down. He stepped up in the pocket and tried to look like he was trying to tuck it and run, and also look downfield at the same time, which is too much going on. You got to have that clock in your head.
Got 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter on the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard. Belfry leads 31, Southwestern 0.
4th and 9. The Warriors from midfield. Burton looking to throw. Good protection again. He fires a baby down to the intended target at the 35. As trying to find out who that is for Southwestern. As that will
Caden
be
Hewitt.
Yep, Caden Hewitt. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. High Southwestern. Buck 49 to go. Third quarter. 31-0. Belfry. It has been a tough night for the Warriors.
Indeed.
You take out all the big plays. And we're playing woulda, coulda, shouldas. It's 3-0. But you got
We can do that.
a 65-yard punt return. Plus,
A couple really long runs.
yeah, you got a 60-yard touchdown run, a 75-yard touchdown run, another long run by Dixon. Big play after big play after big play. That's hurt Southwestern. As handoff goes to the back. As that will be a new running back for Belfry. As that one is Derek Sisko. Oh, no, excuse me. That's a 29, not a 25. Warren. Yes. Belfry trying to get this one over with and make the long ride back home. Israel Canterbury, the sophomore, runs this offense well. Wingbacks. Warren, the setback, straight up the gut like a bowling ball. Nothing fancy. North-south football. Positive yardage. It'll set up 3rd and short for Belfry. Southwestern defensively facing another Turner Realty Group 3rd down. Under a minute to go here, 3rd quarter. Belfry in no hurry, as you would imagine. But if you are in a hurry, hurry up and save still. Going on at Alton Blakely Ford right now. Great deal. Set out to Blakely Ford. Again, Warren straight up the gut. North-south football. First down yardage as he'll get to the 36-yard line. One of the linebackers coming up making the stop. Brainerd. So see,
That's probably going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Sullivan in the game for Southwestern, as well as in Galloway. And that indeed will. Michael? It is 31-0 through 3. Belfry getting all up on the blue and orange right now. The Randall D. Turpin CPA Scoreboard. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic High School Football presented by the Don Franklin Family Dealerships. LakeCumberlandSports.com and Lake Cumberland Sports on Facebook.
Magic Monograms. Magic Monograms has moved to 110 Creek Terrace, conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger. The place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook. Search Magic Monogram and Embroidery.
I'm going to mention a little bit earlier. Now I have the time to actually read the entire thing. It's the Hurry Up and Save sale at Alta Blakely Ford. And for the first time ever, you can get an estimated savings of up to 20% off MSRP on select new Fords, plus complimentary maintenance through Pass Rewards. That's right, my friends. Save an estimated 20% off MSRP on the 2019 Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck for the past 42 years, or choose 0% for 72 months. Out to Blakely Ford on South Highway 27 in Somerset. Out to BlakelyFord.com, 20% off, and 0% cannot be combined. 0% with approved credit. That's it, out to Blakely. A fresh set of 12, our final set of 12 here in the Don Franklin Bowl. 11th edition of the Don Franklin Bowl, and it is going to be unkind both set of homeboys tonight.
We knew that was a possibility coming in tonight.
We did.
With the quality of opponents that both teams
But
were facing tonight.
But, you mentioned it a little bit earlier. Belfry obviously heads and shoulders above the competition that Southwestern played last year and PC the year before. And not taking a shot at Jeffersonville, but they just weren't up to snuff. I would rather see two great teams coming into the Don Franklin Bowl, win or lose. And tonight, PC and Southwestern both going to come out on the short end of it. You get two good teams here because you saw what you get. A absolute great crowd.
You got a packed house, and I think you also get to find out more about what your team has playing quality opponents. The reality is no one's going to remember this first game of the year.
Yeah.
What matters is how that year wraps up towards the end of playoffs.
Absolutely. That's what everybody plays regular season for, is those playoffs. Canterbury hands it off to the back. I think that was Warren going into the pile as everybody trying to rip that football away. Robinson, Barnes. A couple more Warriors. And on the action, that'll be 2nd and 7, a gain of 3. And again, Roe Pennington looking down here near sideline. Looked like for a minute to me that he was knocked out because he was not moving. He was flat down, arms out, not moving. He is here.
Not a good sign, but if there's a kid that's tough as nails that can bounce back, it's Rowan Pennington.
Absolutely. Of course, he is still seated on the near home sideline with that helmet off. He's not done.
And Josh, by my count, Belfry has ran the exact same play about 5 times in a row.
I like it.
I do too.
Yep, going to change it as that one goes to Bentley off left tackle. Yeah, it was Warren, and then we go Bentley.
Straight up the gut. Straight up the gut.
Every time. But, it's like basketball. When coaches outthink themselves, somebody's got a hot hand, give the hot hand. Give it to them.
That is right.
Until they cool off, let them shoot.
Why do something different
Until
if it's working?
Somebody stops Warren, let him tote it. Coach Haywood changing the play up on that one.
And according to my record, Belfry has yet to attempt a pass tonight.
Not surprising. As handoff goes to Dixon inside right tackle across around the 26-yard line. It will be another first down for Belfry. Coach Philip Haywood, stoic far sideline with that sport jacket, and khakis, and tie. Again, we mentioned it a couple times, and the word gets thrown around a lot nowadays. But legend fits with Coach Haywood. Much respect from all across the state, and rightfully so. Been at it for a long time. He's forgot more football than I will ever think about even possibly knowing.
And the weather tonight works for the sport jacket.
Absolutely it does, yeah. Game time temperature 68. How about that for late August?
We'll take it.
As Boss Man said earlier, it's October weather. And Belfry started. The ball was not snapped.
Everybody moved but the quarterback.
That's something we hadn't talked about a whole lot tonight. The crew's done a really good job. Kind of not penalty-free, but it hasn't affected the flow of the game at all.
No, sir.
This is a well-officiated football game.
Absolutely. Coaches haven't really had anything to complain about at all, have they?
No,
on either side.
Not at all. That'll back them up first and 15. 9:43 to go, and the 431-0 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. And we will have Southwestern and Madison Southern next Friday night for you right here on LakeCumberlandSports.com. Canterbury hands up under center. Blitz coming straight up the gut. And handoff goes to Warren. Inside handoff. As Brainerd makes the stop.
Yeah, Gideon Brainerd had some penetration there, got through the line unimpeded, and had a good tackle.
Kenny Robinson and Galloway. And on the stop. Galloway, one of those many freshmen we were talking about. As Canterbury brings him to the line, hands up under center, and then he'll back off now. Look to the sideline. And again, Belfry, they do what they do. Patient and methodical. Everything is with a purpose. I got to be honest, it's a thing of beauty to watch them run their offense the way they do.
It really is. And the running backs, Josh, I've been very impressed with how got one running back running one way, a second running back running the other way, and I could imagine it's incredibly difficult to track on the defensive side of the football.
Absolutely.
And now with that first string defensive unit, Southwestern had the speed to do that.
True.
But a couple times, the big long runs break open. And
big plays, yeah.
There you go.
And those big plays have haunted Southwestern here tonight. Warrior D flinching. And Canterbury walks up under center. Then looks to the sideline. And he'll come back. Distribute the play with a shout. You would think this type of offense is like, oh my goodness, no. I mean, it's it's a thing of art. I mean, it really is.
It really is.
Warren goes right tackle for short gain, 4th down, and we'll call it about 6.
It's Warren again, right where he likes to run it, right?
North-south.
Up the gut.
North-south, nothing fancy. Stop me if you can. Big thing is it's churning that clock for Belfry. It's a long trip back home.
And Warren looks like a Jerome Bettis type running back, doesn't
he? He's a big boy. Of course, Belfry's got a lot of bobs, big old boys.
They do.
Canterbury looking to throw up 31-0 towards the end zone on 4th and long. It'll be incomplete. Dixon the intended target as Barnes applying the pressure for Southwestern. That'll be turned over on downs.
And again, my record keeping should not be considered accurate. However, that is, according to my record, first pass of the night.
First one I remember, coming with 7:14 to go. Again, my memory is not that great.
It was a well-thrown ball.
Yes, it was. It really was indeed. You mentioned the running back, Chris Warren, 5'9", 204. He looks bigger than that in that uniform.
He does look bigger than that. He's a whole lot of running back. Magic Monograms has moved to 110 Creek Terrace, conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger. The place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook. Search Magic Monograms and Embroidery. Somerset Community College. If you want a great career, Somerset Community College career and technical programs can help. Or if you want a bachelor's degree but not massive college debt, and don't we all want that? Just start at SCC and transfer to the new University Center of Southern Kentucky, located right here in Somerset, and save thousands. Sign up now on campus or visit us online at somerset.kctcs.edu. Don't delay, enroll today.
Don't delay.
Don't do it.
Don't. 7:14 to go here in the 4th as a Pirate was injured on that last play.
Henderson Chiropractic. I'm going to go ahead and hit one more read here, Josh.
Go right ahead.
Henderson Chiropractic, committed to relieving your pain using the true principles of chiropractic care. Their caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need for the results you want. That's Henderson Chiropractic.
Bentley was down with a cramp, so nothing serious like Pennington's was earlier. Again, Pennington's still on the sideline, and Bentley walks off under his own power. Burton gets him set, down to his left. 3-man front for Belfry. Burton looking to throw, quick hitter, too high. Around the 23 is Crisp, the intended target.
That's a couple different times
Yeah.
Burton has threw across his body, going the opposite side of the field. So he doesn't mind throwing the high degree of difficulty throws.
That's true. You go back to that pass he had in the opening half to Xavier Streeter on the far sideline. That was complete. That was pretty. But it's been few and far and tough sledding
It sure has.
for Southwestern offensively. They'll get there.
Like to see him get some points on the board, some momentum,
Yeah.
something to build on.
Positive note to close this one out. Just starting the season as Doan gets the handoff, and he is popped. You might have heard that through our microphones as he just got waylaid. 3-4 Pirates to the football. Doan needs some help with the jerseys. His shoulder pads popped out. Man, that was. I know everybody heard that with their
Yes,
microphones.
sir. You could hear it.
And that's not a field mic either. That's our microphones way up here in the box. Dang.
Just no space. We've
No.
said it all night.
Nothing.
No space.
Nothing between the tackles. 3rd and long. 6:30 to go. 31-0 Belfry in the 4th. Randall D. Turpin CPA School Board. Burton looking to throw. Nothing there. He'll tuck it and run. Spin move. Gets him loose up to 30 and took a shot there. To try to keep running for it. Burton is peeled off the deck. Cook and Associates coming to the football. It'll be 4th and 1, and Burton feeling it as he comes to the near sideline.
Yeah, that's a tough hit. 34 is a whole lot of young man, too. I mean,
Yes,
he looks
he
like
is.
he's about 6'4". I'm not sure how tall he is, but he is an accomplished athlete.
What did you say?
He looked to be about 6'4". How tall is he?
6'4".
Wow. He's a big boy.
All right, I'm going to ask you a second question.
Okay.
Wait. If you get this one, I'm out.
215.
Oh, 220.
Okay.
Wow. So you win the big prize at the fair. You win the big prize.
Is it a split the pot?
4th and 1, Warriors go for it. Tough yardage for Austin Barnes, and he will come up with the first down for the Warriors. Nellen Federal Credit Union first down for the Warriors. That was just Will right there.
That
4
was.
5. Just Will.
Barnes runs with a purpose.
Barnes gets the play from the near sideline. As he will take the direct snap as he did last time. Barnes looking right. As he get up to the 41-yard line. Give him 5, maybe 6. Give him 6, 2nd and 4. 5 minutes to go in the 4th as officials indicate Toyota of Somerset timeout.
Quick Care. Don't feel great. Just can't wait. Well, Quick Care is open late. Just walk in at their clinic in Med Park West, just off Bogle Street, behind the hospital. Hours are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. weekdays and 10 to 3 on Saturdays.
As Doan takes the direct snap out of the Wildcat. Doan in space up to the midfield stripe. Taken down there. As Doan is slow to get up. He's not even going to get up now. He starts making the motion as he took a big time shot from Tyler Chafin and Moore. Doan setting up. He's feeling it. There's going to be plenty of Warriors that are going to be feeling this one tomorrow and the rest of the weekend. This has been a hard-hitting football game. As you do not want to see that.
No, you do not.
Pennington out earlier, injured. And Doan getting help off, coming to the near sideline, not putting any weight on that right leg, that right ankle. Injuries already affecting this Southwestern team. Down to 3 or 4 on their quarterback depth chart. Barnes again in the Wildcat. Looking inside right tackle. He's loose at the 45 to the 40, lowers his head and just gets drilled. Maybe gets another yard. That was mano a mano, and I love the exchange of pleasantries after. A smack of the helmet. That was a big-time shot, as you saw, between Barnes and a Belfry Pirate and Chafin. That's respect. First down, Southwestern. I love to see that.
And I think Barnes is just frustrated that they still have a goose egg on the scoreboard.
Oh, you know it. You see Austin as he comes to the near sideline, got his helmet off, just taking it off in frustration.
Yeah, big smile on his face. You see he motioned for the defender to come at him while he was running the football. So he was.
And he did.
He did.
And he laid the lumber to him. And Barnes laid it back to him. Barnes breaching on the near sideline. That was a big-time football player right there.
Yes, sir.
That was stout, and I love that slap of the helmet. And it wasn't a slap fight. It was, I got you, dog.
That's right.
That was respect.
Don't feel great, just can't wait. Well, Quick Care is open late. Just walk in at their clinic in Med Park West, just off Bogle Street, behind the hospital. Hours are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. weekdays and 10 to 3 on Saturdays. No appointment is necessary for accidents, ailments, chronic conditions, as well as health services like sport physicals, flu shots, and health screenings. They accept most major health insurance plans, and they can bill the insurance companies directly. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West.
1st and 10 Southwestern. The deepest they've been in Belfry territory, if memory serves, this evening. Approaching 4 minutes to go in the fourth. 31-0 Pirates. As Blake Burton back in at quarterback. And a Toyota of Somerset timeout taken by Southwestern. $31-0 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
Whitus Cabinet Design Center. At Whitus Cabinets, they provide their customers with friendly service. They value your business, and it is their mission to provide reliable products and services. The courteous and professional team at Whitus Cabinet Design Center can turn your vision into reality. Visit the Whitus Cabinet Design Center on the corner of South 27 and Slate Branch Road to learn more about what they can do for you. Magic Monograms. Magic Monograms has moved to 110 Creek Terrace. Conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger, the place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook. Search Magic Monograms and Embroidery.
1st and 10 for the Warriors from the Belfry 37. As it is complete to Crisp. Burton to Crisp. Second. Man, I thought they got a lot more than that.
I did too.
I'm looking at it wrong, I guess. Second is still manageable as the handoff goes to the lone setback. Didn't see who that was that went inside right tackle. As Heath trying to create a little space. As ball carrier. Still trying to find out who it is.
Good number? 33?
I think so.
Corbin Goff?
Yep, you're right. Thank you, sir. It's waiting for him to turn, and that's waiting to my eyes to adjust.
Waiting for those jerseys to change colors.
My old eyes to get with it and be like, come on, eyes, see. You need to say something. 3rd and about 2. Okay, set Barnes on 3rd and short. Jukes the man, lowers his head, trying to get to the first down marker, and he will. Give him the 25. You cannot deny the heart of Austin Barnes.
No, sir.
Southwestern trying to flirt with that Rick Barker, Godby Realty and Auction red zone, and they are looking for their first Citizens National Bank touchdown of the night. As you mentioned a little bit earlier, Mr. Greg, it would be a nice lone bright spot on the offensive side of the football to get points here late because you got the rest of the season left to go.
That's right. No one likes a 0 on the scoreboard when you get that off there.
Got to keep working. Backside their side. Burton. Handoff goes to one of those setbacks coming to the near sideline. Slug down 4 or 5 yards out of bounds. As Goff on the toe. I like the way Goff runs the football. Got some speed coming out of the backfield. That's a positive. Coach Jason Foley. Corbin Goff. 5'5", $150, and one of those many freshmen. I'm still thoroughly impressed that you had eyes on that Pirate at
Lucky
6'4".
Lucky guess.
I don't think so.
Lucky guess.
Now, if you'd have missed him on the weight, you missed it by 5. Again, you win the Big Bear at the prize at the fair.
I need to get a part-time job at Kings Island, though.
There you go. 2:07 to go. As Southwestern will get the penalty, and they will officially enter the Rick Barker Yabe Realty and Auction Red Zone. 1st and 10 Warriors. We'll call it around the 7. Handoff, Chris, straight up the gut, lowers his head. Second effort. Get in there, baby. Yes, late call.
Touchdown, Warriors.
Connor Crisp from 7 yards out. Takes the bagel off the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Way to fight, boys. Way to fight. Tough night. Could have packed it in. Still fighting. Crisp has had a nice night. Special teams.
He has. He's looked really good. He can punt the ball. He's got elusive speed.
He does.
He can catch the ball. He's been all over the field.
That makes it 31-6. Extra point coming up for Max Brainer. 99. It is up, and it is good. 31-7. Belfry still leading Southwestern on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros. A flat tire would really make this road trip better, said no one ever, which is why Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros make taking care of your tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties and a hassle-free experience, so you can get back to when being on the move was carefree. Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. Find out more online at skipstirepros.com.
2:01 to go in the 4th. Belfry 31, Southwestern 7 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. A long night for everybody administration-wise here at Southwestern, hosting the 11th annual Don Franklin Bowl.
Again, great turnout tonight.
Absolutely.
Weather has been beautiful.
Thank you, Mother Nature.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Driving over here, you had us worried. It was raining.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. A great crowd, great night. Tough night, though, for Pulaski County and for Southwestern. BC and Southwestern both going to start the year 0-1. Somerset donning the new purple turf. No problems with Rockcastle County. They begin 1-0. A lot of expectations this year for the purple and gold.
A lot of talent in this area.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And LakeCumberlandSports.com is going to be covering all 3 teams all year long.
We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. We're like little clones. We're everywhere. Everywhere.
The team has grown.
Absolutely. And we appreciate Kevin and Kelly, Lou.
Oh.
Yes. Southwestern going for a over the front line kick as Cook will come up and get it. And he was on a knee. And
in his defense, this was the 6'4" guy. On a knee, he's still 5'10".
Yes, he is. He's still normal height.
That's right.
That's exactly right. It's a good way to look at it. The officials keeping this one in check as the Warrior did hit him as he was just taking a knee. And that's a good.
I don't think the Southwestern kid was doing anything.
I think you're right. I don't know.
The kid was a tall kid, man. He was on his knee, and he was still
Absolutely.
5'10".
Absolutely.
And when coach puts you in the game, you got to play.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to play, or you're not getting back in, regardless of what the scoreboard says.
It doesn't make any difference.
It does not.
Until the final horn sounds, you play.
You play.
You play your tail off. Minute 58 away from that final horn. 31-7 on the Randall T. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Controller running players in and out. As it'll be 1st and 10 for Belfry here when we get it sorted out. Thanks for joining us. What we can do is join us all season long right here on LakeCumberlandSports.com as Michael Craig mentioned extensive coverage of all 3 local teams every single week. The most in-depth coverage of all 3 local teams right here on LakeCumberlandSports.com. Period. No exception. And off Warren, north-south. Positive yardage. Wrapped up and dropped by a host of Warriors. One of the first guys to the football. Name we haven't called yet this evening, but we will now. Ethan Fisher. 2nd and about 8. 96 seconds left in this one. And there comes that wind back.
Yep.
Approaching the midnight hour. It's been a 20-hour day for me. But Friday night lights are back.
Friday night lights will keep you up late.
Absolutely.
And it's worth it.
And you're up past your bedtime?
I've said it a few times.
2nd and 8. Hand off to the back in motion. He will slip at the 48-yard line. Just give that carry. That's a new running back. Brendan Ash. Ash on the carry. Clock winding with 45 seconds to go. Barring another big strike here from Belfry. That will be your final score. Pirates in no hurry. They've been in no hurry all night. That's the way they operate their offense, and I'm telling you, it's a thing of beauty to watch. Normally I like running gun, go, 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 high tempo, but I'm telling you, it's a thing of art. I mean, it really is.
It's slow, but it didn't keep points off the board. They had no trouble
You're right.
putting the points on the board.
Absolutely. As carrying the ball this time will be Braden Rash. Rash brothers. 5 seconds to go, and that, my friends, will be the end of it. The 11th annual Don Franklin Bowl. Nightcap goes to Belfry, 31-7, your final score.
Rick Girdler, Shelter Insurance. Shelter Insurance agent Rick Girdler has been proudly serving Somerset, Kentucky and surrounding areas for many years. In doing so, Rick has helped generations of families get the right coverage at the right price. For auto, home, renters, life, or business insurance, see Shelter agent Rick Girdler on Ogden Street in Somerset, or visit him on the web at shelterinsurance.com/Rick Girdler. Intrust Counseling Services. Could you or your family benefit from counseling services? Intrust Counseling is there to meet your needs by providing services in the home, office, or school. They even offer late night and weekend appointments. Call 676-0638. Check out their new website at intrust-healthcare.com. You can also find them on Facebook.
31-7, your final score. Belfry starts the 2019 season 1-0. Southwestern will start 0-1 next up for the Pirates. They will take on Lexington Christian, the Pike County Bowl, next Friday night. The Warriors will travel to Madison Southern, and we'll have that coverage for you right here on LakeCumberlandSports.com. And not on Facebook next week. We're not videoing next week.
We're not video?
I don't think we're video next week. And
do we know who the game of the week is?
I'm not for sure.
Week?
Hopefully we can find that out before we sign off this evening. Of course, tonight, video game of the week, Buffalo Wings and Rings. A huge thank you to the folks at Buffalo Wings and Rings for having us for the coaches show on Tuesday night. We certainly appreciate it. 3-0 at the end of one. Belfry, 17-0 at the half, 31-0 through 3, and then 31-7. Your final score, we'll pick it up at the half. 17-0 Belfry scores with 8:48 to go in the third. A 60-yard touchdown run by Bentley that makes it 23-0. Cooks extra point good, 24-0, as Belfry adds their final touchdown of the night with 5:55 to go in the third quarter. A 75-yard touchdown run. Give Dixon the hat trick on the night, as he got one on special teams and two toting the football on the ground on the offensive side. That last touchdown made it 30-0. Cooks extra point good, 31-0 at the end of 3. And Southwestern playing for pride at the end of this one as they get the bagel off the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard, as Southwestern scores with 2:01 to go in the fourth. A 7-yard touchdown run by Connor Crisp, who was just awarded the most valuable player for Southwestern, as that makes it 31-6. Rangers extra point good, 31-7. Your final score as Southwestern sees their 5-game winning streak here in the Don Franklin Bowl snapped as they fall in the Don Franklin Bowl for the first time since they lost to Somerset back in 2013. For Belfry, your MVP, no surprise, Isaac Dixon. Well deserved.
I'd like to send a thank you to the Southwestern administration. They've done a great job hosting us, as always. And a thank you to Alex Eaton, athletic director here at Southwestern High School, for the hospitality.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers post-game show, LakeCumberlandSports.com, and on Lake Cumberland Sports on Facebook, 31-7. Final score is Connor Crisp, MVP for Southwestern. Isaac Dixon, the MVP for Belfry. Final numbers? You have any final numbers?
I'm going to give you what I got.
That's
and
perfect.
They were in no way official. So for Southwestern tonight, Doan had about 11 carries, 26 yards. Again, this is not official, folks. This is my first trip down the wagon trail, and I'll get better, I promise. Barnes, 25 yards on 6 carries. And it looks like receiving. Crisp had a couple receptions for 11 yards. Hibbert had a couple receptions for 10 yards. Vaught had a reception for 14 yards, and Streeter had one for 15 yards. Honestly, Josh, on the other side of the football, I'm not sure I'm accurate, but I'll give you what I got. Hensley, 51 yards on 8 carries. Dixon had 55 yards on 10 carries. I've got Bentley with 147 yards on 11, and I don't think I'm correct because he had a couple long ones. Warren, who was north and south at the end of the game pretty consistently with about 25 yards on 7 carries. And Ash with 4 yards on 1 carry. And Canterbury had 1 attempt and 1 incompletion. I know I'm accurate on that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course, it is the Ford Brothers Auctioneers post-game show on LakeCumberlandSports.com. I can't talk about Ford Brothers without wanting to sing their jingle. Ford Brothers Auctioneers are selling the country. It's just ingrained in my DNA. Of course, a little bit of housekeeping to take care of before we sign off this evening. We come up with an offensive player of the game. And for me, he got it done on special teams as well. We talked about all the nice punts, Connor Crisp. One of those, out-punting his coverage, but that's something that you can take. You can definitely take that. But offensively, I go back to what Crisp did. Xavier Streeter had a nice catch. For me, you add in, I know it's special teams, not really offense. A tough night when you only put 7 aboard. I think Connor Crisp, offensive player of the game.
I think so. He had a pep in his step, and there were several times tonight that we called his name, and he didn't have the volume that some did, but he jumped off the page. So definitely agree with that call.
Good deal. And then defensively, I hated to see anybody ever get hurt. But when you had a game like Roe Pennington had going here tonight, I mean, he was just flying to the football everywhere, making tackles, disrupting plays, doing this, that, the other. It's looked like to me, and again, I'm not a doctor and completely unofficial, he wasn't moving for a couple of minutes. It looked like he got his bell rung and he was knocked out. And he, taken out of the game, did not return. For me, when Pennington, defensive player of the game.
I can't argue with that. You've got a Rowan Pennington, a guy that motor runs full blast all the time. He is an absolute beast on the football field, and I'll just leave this thought and just say I hope that next week Roe Pennington's able to suit it up and get back out there. I hope whatever injury he did sustain is minor.
Absolutely. In my live reads, I'm not for sure who are our sponsors of our offensive and defensive player of the game.
Our defensive player of the game sponsors Modern Systems. Modern Systems is proud to sponsor the defender of the game. Modern Systems has been defending homes and businesses since 1979 with thousands of satisfied customers across the Commonwealth and an A-plus rating by the Better Business Bureau. You can count on Modern System to deliver a superior defense for your home or business. Call them at 679-4556 or visit our website at modernsysteminc.com. And our offensive player of the game is Somerset Community College. The University Center of Southern Kentucky is a multi-university of 4 public universities, including EKU, Moorhead, Western Kentucky University, and UK. The colleges are bringing bachelor's degrees and educational opportunities close to home in Southern Kentucky. The University Center of Southern Kentucky will provide several pathways for students to earn a 4-year degree from partnering universities in Kentucky on the campus of Somerset Community College. After completing a 2-year degree at SCC, students will be able to choose from the partnering university of their choice and have access to student support services to complete a 4-year bachelor's degree at the Somerset campus.
My friend, you did a fantastic job on your maiden voyage. You're going to be harder on yourself than what you should be because you did a great job.
Well, I appreciate that. I've got to work on the stats. I'm telling you, folks, stats.
It's tough.
And working with Josh.
It's tough.
Not working with Josh. That's
No, that's
easy.
tough. No, that's tough.
He does a great job, and I want to thank him for welcoming me on board here at LakeCumberlandSports.com. And I'm just looking forward to this season, Josh. I'm looking forward to learning a lot, looking forward to watching the Warriors grow. And, I know this is a tough loss today, but we knew going in Belfry was a tall task.
Absolutely.
And I think, for myself, the one thing I was hoping we could avoid was the injuries.
Absolutely.
And I hope, when things shake out this week that we're going to be okay there. The quarterback position, Blake had some moments out here. Blake Burton had some moments out here, looked pretty good. And so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully next week you get Chandler Crabtree back, so that helps you at the quarterback spot. Hopefully Doan's okay. He got knocked out with a lower leg injury.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And you mentioned Rowe. Southwestern already dealing with injuries, and this is game one of a tough slate for Southwestern this year. We got to get you home before the midnight hour strikes.
That's right.
I got to go home as well. But before that, we got to thank a lot of folks that put in a lot of hours today and all the time. Of course, Michael Gregg, my partner. Great job here this evening. Nick Hibbard running around all night tonight taking pictures for Lake Cumberland Sports. Of course, Pat Harris, Bob Boone, Kevin, and Kelly Lloyd. And, of course, don't want to forget about Madeline Dudley running the camera here this evening. A lot of great folks involved, Lake Cumberland Sports, and it's a pleasure to be associated with Lake Cumberland Sports, and it's an honor to bring you coverage of all three local teams all season long. The most in-depth coverage right here at LakeCumberlandSports.com. My friend, great job.
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it.
Looking forward to it next week.
I'm looking forward to it.
We head to Berea next week, Southwestern versus Madison Southern. We'll have the coverage for you right here on Lake Cumberland Sports. For my partner, Michael Gregg, I'm Josh McKinney. It's been a presentation of LakeCumberlandSports.com, the leader in sports in the Lake Cumberland area.
Thank you.